Hey, what up?
Think
we're live. We're gonna bring the energy from the start today because this is a very special podcast. This is the A is for a podcast, episode 18, and we can now
I already know what it is.
vote. We can now buy cigarettes. And,
we can definitely watch porn.
Swishers
In public.
Swishers.
Well,
we could finally legally click that button on the sites that asks if we are
That's
18.
true. If a cop were to bust in,
you still need a
download,
debit card.
Yeah.
Still need a debit card.
Yeah.
18, man.
18, man.
You just got rid of the acne. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna.
Seems like we
Trying to get
just
my
got
shit
our
right.
driver's license
Right.
like 4 weeks ago.
Just like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, and now 18, we can bring friends in the house. Okay, we don't have to ask permission if we want someone to come over and kick it.
I don't
Just bring 'em
know
over.
how your house works, but my house, if I'm not paying the bills or paying the mortgage or whatever it is, I
Matt
ain't
is
just
behind the
allowed.
camera, nodding slowly.
Yeah,
You know, I ain't just allowed to bring people in the house, but
Still
I
getting
can
scolded.
not come home
Still
if I,
getting scolded.
you know what I'm saying? If I don't come home, it's not that big of a deal unless your parents are a little bit strict and they be like, you living in my house, that type of shit. But you have more freedom once you turn 18, and we finally made it to episode 18.
You're right. I guess I was referencing a certain collective group of white friends that I had growing up in high school. My mom would have beat my ass if I just brought somebody
that's
over.
for sure. Just somebody in the house, without permission.
What I was trying to get to, we got somebody in the house today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got. Well, go ahead. This is your shit.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. We got the oldest member of New Age Politics, mid-30s, crazy George Davis.
Damn.
Welcome onto the set,
I did not
man.
know you were in your mid-30s.
No, this nigga's being hella dumb, bro. I'm 28. Don't believe everything that comes out of
Just making sure. So that is crazy.
30s.
I am the A-Factor.
I am 1/3 in New Age Politics. My name is Intellect.
Of course. And this is episode 18, like we said. And today we got Crazy with us.
Yeah, the other third of New Age Politics. Eventually, we're gonna drag Gil's ass out here. Gil, if you're watching, I'm gonna hit you with the Goldberg quote. You're next. Okay.
Yeah, let's fucking do it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm down. Since there's two of you guys today, let me get my plugs out the way for the Odd Squad.
You got a couple.
Because I know y'all gonna go on.
You got a couple.
Yeah, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have just dropped a remix to a track that me and Dax did together called Make It Drip. Yes, Dax. That guy. The one that we were like, yo, that gotta be on the freshman list. I haven't heard anything, but he might have turned it down.
He disintegrated Tory Lanez, right? On that.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
He's been getting bigger and bigger.
100%.
So we did an Odd Squad family remix to Make It Drip. So Make It Drip 2.0 is out on the Only Dreamers YouTube channel right now. It's on all streaming services.
Absolutely.
So make sure you go check that out. Shout out to Dax once again, brother. Thank you for the
Big
love.
love to Dax, man. That dude is so talented.
Yeah, he is, man. Super dope.
Yeah.
So other than that, man, just go check out the Only Dreamers YouTube channel. Subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you get notified every time we drop some. Noti Gang on deck. What up? I see y'all in the comments. What's happening?
Also, too, I want to clear something up. I feel like it's very controversial, and we should have addressed it a long time ago. The Only Dreamers page, if you have a hard time sleeping, or if you don't dream, we're not excluding you. All right? I want you to know that if you can't have dreams, hop on the page, because it's not only dreamers that are allowed.
No, we're only dreamers though. I feel where you're going with that.
So the people that are only
it's
allowed
not
in the
only
collective,
for dreamers, but
only dreamers are in it.
yeah.
And for those who need that clarity,
That's real
I'm
deep.
here for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this can inspire some dreams. Go in there, press play, take a nap, wake up, see what happened, wrote it down.
Yeah, and then maybe you'll start having some big dreams, because that's what we do on the Only Dreamers YouTube channel. And on this channel, of course, we do this goddamn podcast, Odd Squad Family. Speaking of Odd Squad Family, man, the days are coming down to it. Just in a few weeks, ladies and gentlemen, we will be in, let me get the correct city. It's not Madison. Springville, Indiana. They've been letting me say Madison, Indiana. I think I seen it in some type of email or something. My bad. Springville, Indiana. It's going motherfucking down. August 1st, Odd Squad family will be blessing the stage at the gathering of the Juggalos.
20th anniversary.
Whoop whoop. The 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary.
And we're waiting for the mock-ups for these special shirts coming in though. But we got some limited edition only for the gathering. I came up with a dope idea.
Is it Nubs holding a hatchet? Because I think that would also be pretty awesome.
I actually thought of that yesterday.
That would be pretty
I
funny.
considered that.
Like the silhouette?
Yeah.
Like the silhouette, but it's Nubs?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit would be so hard, bro.
That would be hilarious.
I'm just saying, man.
But no, it's not that.
Okay. We'll work that's post-production.
Yeah, we'll definitely, once we get the final design mock-up, we'll release it to the people so they could see it. Maybe it'll be more incentive for people to come out, get your ticket for the gathering, and come see the Odd Squad family. After we get off stage, we'll definitely be going around the festival. We're going to check out some of the acts, so, we'll be hollering at the people, taking pictures and whatnot. So, Gathering of the Juggalos, August 1st, be there.
I feel like I got the exclusive of that because I came in, I had the honor of coming in and just sneaking through the back while they're doing their performance rehearsal. And
Oh, yeah,
it was live, man. I really felt like even the songs that you guys have that are heartfelt, that focus on a message, that focus on really the foundation of what Odd Squad family is, you still made that hype. And it's just so crazy to see the evolution of you guys performance-wise. Like,
the live shows are everything, man.
Yeah, live shows are definitely everything.
Sure.
And now I know that, like, I haven't been to an Odd Squad show in a while, and I'm upset about it. Because I saw that rehearsal, and I was like, man, I'm missing out on something. I really am.
It's definitely something different now, for sure. It's definitely on that next level. We took many of steps, and we're practicing every week to make sure that this is our best performance ever, and that's how we take every performance from here until forever. So, Odd Squad family, once again, Gathering of the Juggalos, August 1st. What you guys got?
Well, right now, just got Smooth out of the way. So right now we're getting ready to drop a song. Can't Afford It. Getting ready to put all the visuals and everything out there. We just got done with a whole lot of stuff for that, man. Concepting pretty much, I want to say the next few months, man. Got a good amount of work that we've just been plotting, getting our catalog ready so we can just,
Nice. I don't know if you listened to the podcast, but this guy already showed me a couple of your songs.
Yeah, you called me out the last episode, man.
Yeah, I
I had to tell
called
him before you saw the pod, so it wasn't all awkward and weird. You just looking over at me like, you for real, bro? So I had to be like, hey, listen, man.
Listen, bro.
I'm just going to be real.
He might say something
without
about
any
these
spoilers,
songs.
bro. What do you think?
That shit is hard, bro. I'm excited for your upcoming shit for sure.
Thank you, bro.
Especially he was telling me a couple of ideas for the visuals and
Okay.
shit. So
I'll slide in there.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it finally, all mastered and everything put out there for the people. And man,
Yeah, we're really excited. We're definitely honing in our
gonna be
skills. And we've worked a lot with some of the most creative people in this state, and I cannot wait for it. Big shouts out to Under Society, Dylan Toon. He's been putting together mad visuals and just staying consistent, showing love, and really just putting an effort above and beyond what I felt like was appropriate, He's always kind of surprised me with his level of passion in his projects. So big love to Dylan Toon, man. He's actually become a close friend throughout this process, I would say. So, yeah, that's exciting. And then we are also, like I said, the last pod, for Can't Afford It. Very excited about this. We were approached by a short film company to do the video. So, I don't know Joe's last name, but big shouts out to Joe. Big shouts out to Andrew Crandall.
It's Tafoya.
Tafoya?
Think so.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Yeah, I'm not quoting.
shout out to Joey T possibly.
Yeah.
There you go, JT.
Big JT.
Yep.
And Andrew Crandall. Their creative minds are phenomenal. And we have had the last pre-production meeting. And the shot list begins this month. So we're very excited about it. Tentative date. I'm going to make y'all wait. Okay? You can't just get all your cookies right now. Smell a couple of them. You know what I mean? They're still in the oven. So.
I could dig it.
Yeah.
It
But I
took me
mean
a
that. I'm
minute
going to take
to
a
catch
couple
up.
out before they're done being finished, and I'm going to feed them to you which is also unhealthy.
The doughy
And then
cookies, bro.
Whiskey balls.
I like them fresh out the oven
You need to
before
park
they
your car.
fully harden. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like right before they're all the way hard and they still like
Got that
warm.
soft
Right.
dough, bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
don't even talk to me about
I'm not gonna front.
Melts
I
in
kind
your
of like
mouth.
them
it.
where
Bro,
still like
sugar
they might go
cookies,
through the
peanut butters
bars.
all day.
Yeah.
Oh
If
my
I put them
God.
on the oven, I want them to just slowly concave into themselves. Like that's when I know the cookie's mine. You know what I'm saying? That's how
And we got
I
a
know.
title, gentlemen.
The cookie is
The
mine.
cookie's
That's
mine.
what I know. The cookie's mine.
I'm just saying, you got to be firm with it.
I can dig it. So yeah.
So
That
that's what we, that's
That's-
what we
that's
doing,
what
bro.
y'all
How
got?
was your week, bro?
Can't afford it coming soon. My week's cool, man. I've been trying to keep up on this shit. You know, last podcast, I think we ended with the best podcast ever. The last like 30 minutes was really epic with
I
our
definitely agree.
goal conversation, and you know, of course, us three had the conversation afterwards. Like, I think we found our niche here, and
Yeah.
so I've really been you know, on the goal oriented stuff.
Okay.
I wrote down all my goals. I didn't bring my paper in, man. I was
So
like,
it didn't happen.
No
Sorry.
proof.
Yeah.
No literary proof.
Damn.
Did you get your goals notarized? I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
No, I didn't. Sorry, guys. But I wrote them down, and I've been trying to follow them. Actually, this last, let's say 2 weeks from the last podcast, right? This last 2 weeks, I've probably written more verses than I had in the last previous few months.
Okay.
Because that's been a goal of mine, to make sure that I'm doing something music oriented every single fucking day. I've been coming in here by myself. Like, I've been putting
an
6 to
artist,
6,
that's hard.
like, going in.
That's
like,
hard.
So,
I mean,
really
that's
trying
a
to-
difficult task.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good dedication, bro.
Right.
just you know, just trying to do it. You just use my time off because I'm gonna need to start making some bread here soon. So maybe these next couple of weeks I'm gonna write some shit, and then your boy's gonna be back getting the paper on one of these day jobs, these 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get it how we live. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But
Just
yeah,
do
so
something
man,
that you
grinding.
like on a day to day. You know what I'm saying?
True. Make sure
Yeah.
you're comfortable.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Peace
then
of mind is everything.
just trying to do more exercises and stuff, like, so Intellect, he implemented a 15 push-up a day challenge.
Simple challenge.
Simple challenge, and that got my mind going. You know, after that podcast, I was really motivated to start doing that, and he hit it with the next day. So it was like that Saturday, we're like, all right, 15. So I've been hitting mine every single day. I even been starting to run.
Good for you, man.
Starting to run.
Consistency's key.
Yeah, consistency is
How
key.
do you been on yours?
Oh, I failed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about
You failed.
4 or 5 days in. We haven't gotten to my week, okay? I'll take full accountability for my failures, all right?
Yeah, we'll-
it
we'll-
was not, you know, there's a couple reasons. We'll get into it.
Yeah,
all right?
we'll get into
And I
his-
feel like there's a
his-
couple reasons. Some of
his
them might be
failures.
bullshit. Who knows? We'll let you guys decide.
He may have some excuses, but we'll see. But me, no excuses. 15 push-ups. I live right behind a high school, and they have this, you know, stadium, and they have a nice ass track back there. I lived there. I lived at this place probably for 3 years. This week was the first week I ever touched foot on that fucking track and actually ran. Like, so I did. You know, I'm getting into it, guys. You know what I'm saying? So I ran a lap, walked a lap, ran a lap, walked a lap. You know, basically for a mile and a half. You know, 6 laps, right? So
Yeah.
and yeah, so I've been trying to do that, and
That's
even
nice.
before that, a couple days before that, I made sure I was walking. You know, I ain't want to start with no crazy shit, because even the first 2 days I was catching headaches, and I realized I need to be more hydrated. I need to watch my glucose levels and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro.
So now I've been digging
Them
even into
glucose
more shit.
creepers.
You know what I'm saying? More into the shit that can help me get better with the exercise and keep the headaches and shit like that out. So even
That's mad important.
starting to do 30-minute routines. I looked up YouTube videos, shit, at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the best way,
Just
though.
trying to get into that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And you know, it's been a good 2 weeks. I'm gonna keep it going for sure. But you know, once you like get in the habit of making habits, I think it's already starting to get easier. You know, like every day
Absolutely.
with the push-ups, they're getting easier because I'm getting used to it. I'm getting stronger. And then mentally, every day while I'm doing the push-ups, I'm getting stronger because I'm remembering, okay, this is something that I do every day. This is just a part of me now. This is
Right.
what I do. I've been drinking more water. So, man, yeah, just really trying to take this and go in the right direction and really be a better person. And get my mental health good, get my physical health great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And that's incredibly important because your body tells you that you have a deficiency in something in the weirdest ways. You know what I mean? Like, it took me 25 years to find out that grinding teeth is actually a magnesium deficiency in your body. Yeah, like when you grind teeth in your sleep, it's because your body has too much calcium, which is a tensifier in your body, and that's how it's reacting. Your jaw muscles are so tense. So actually implementing more magnesium in your diet fixes grinding your teeth.
I thought that was like all the ecstasy trips, like activating.
Yeah. You know, I think there's other factors that can be implemented into that. You know what
So
I'm
it's
saying?
like your past coming back to like haunt you.
Leave it for A-Factor to bring in another one. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, of course, there's going to be other things that can detrimentally affect that. But if those other things aren't there, you're just a perfectly healthy person who grinds their teeth in their sleep and you haven't figured it out. Fucking get some
That makes
powdered
sense, 'cause
magnesium in your body.
There do be random times where I find myself like grinding my teeth or clenching my teeth more than usual. So I guess that makes sense that it's actually a deficiency in magnesium.
Yeah, your body's going to react to it over time. Like, something's going to break down, even if it's the most insignificant thing. Like, I honestly do not know what zinc does for your body, just off the top of my head. I have no idea. But I guarantee if I just knew what had zinc in it and didn't eat it, something's going to fuck up in my body. Like, after a while, it's just going to be like, okay, we got some minimal standards for zinc here. You're not even meeting these. You're blind. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, something's going to happen where
You're blind.
I'm not okay anymore.
So what can I
bro.
eat to stop grinding my teeth? Do you know?
No, I don't know. I know that any form of magnesium you can take it in a direct form. Like, any health store will actually have powdered magnesium that you can take. A lot of sleeping aids that are like natural or holistic will have magnesium in the among the ingredient list. So I honestly don't know magnesium in nature, but it's kind of like fish oils outside of like
almond,
fish.
spinach,
you know what I'm saying? Like, most people take most of their fish oils through
Avocados, bro.
Avocados, dark chocolate, beans,
Avocados,
bananas,
avocados.
pumpkin seeds,
Okay.
cashew, brown rice. Okay.
So
Right.
life gives you magnesium. That's a whole lot.
Yeah, so
That's
I
a
mean,
general list.
So almonds and spinach. You get you some magnesium, people.
Double whammy.
And
protein.
those are very good and healthy
Pretty
for
much
you.
eating salads every
Natural.
other day, bro.
You know?
Straight.
George, how was your week, brother?
Yeah.
My week was pretty good, man. Real chill. Was real good on work. Honestly, moving around with music and everything like that. I think my biggest thing that was really tripping me was just exercising, man. Just trying to be motivated this week to be back on my exercise game, bro. Cause man, it's just hard. It's just hard putting it together, bro. And then just keeping it up. What?
I said hearing that makes me feel pathetic. Hate to cut you off.
So
But for those of you who don't know, I live with this man, right? And if not working out is a reminder enough that you don't work out, live with someone who works out a lot. That is it's nos to the effect. So to hear him be like, the hardest thing I really had to work on was just working out, man. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, bro. I'll take it as a triathlon completion level of accomplishment in my body if I worked out to the level that he did weekly.
It would be hard not to work out with somebody that works out. Like,
Yeah.
Like, what you about to do?
I see him walk to the
Let
gym
me get in on it.
almost every day in my house.
Yeah. And you just
As
like,
I'm making
hey,
a choice to do something else.
while you eating the chip and shit on the couch, hey, bruh, pick me up a Gatorade on your way back.
hey, you'd be like, hey, get a jug of water for me if you can. I'm like, bro, I need that.
Hey, man, you try to eat some of
Living
these
my best
hot
life.
Cheetos, bro?
True. Yeah. What we try to go get to eat after this, man? That's always the question, bro. But no, man.
Yeah, I'll be there for the post meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Post-workout
We
meal.
earned that. Yeah, we earned that meal.
Yeah.
I guess it goes back into the habits thing though, because working out has just been a habit. It's not really been a thing to where like I'll dip into that now. It's not really been a thing that you know what I mean. I kind of like really have to force myself to really do anymore. It's just finding the motivation to get up. Really,
Right.
like I know it's gonna be a normal part of this day. I just don't want to get up.
Yeah.
Just like work. You got to go to work. You just don't want to get up.
Like, fuck
Facts.
that.
That's really just what it is for me now.
Yeah. I could dig it. Like, I need to get in the habit of doing shit on time or same time every day. Because,
Yeah.
like, I didn't do I'll just randomly do my push-ups. I got them done, but it wouldn't be like, okay, I'm gonna wake up, do my push-ups, and then get that shit over with. It'd be like, I'd be doing shit and be like, oh shit, I should do my push-ups right now and then. But it's always in the back of my mind on that checklist. So
that's dope.
I didn't do them on a certain time. That's what I want to start doing. Like maybe start my day off with the push-ups and the run. You know what I'm saying?
Running is my thing, man. I don't like running at all. I'll do everything. Everything but running.
I found that I'm less consistent when I try to like do it the same time every day. Like when I was trying to go to the gym every morning right when I wake up, I found that I was going less often because it's like that forcing myself to do it some mornings if I didn't want to do it that morning. Whereas like I feel like I go more often when I get shit because like I want to go to the gym or I want to work out. I want to do something like I've been doing push-ups most days. I can't say that I've done them every day. And to be honest, at the beginning of the challenge, like my upper body strength was embarrassing and it still kind of is. But at least I can like knock out like 10 push-ups without struggling.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Like because the first day, like I felt like I was weak as fuck, dude. I could barely do like 5 push-ups without wanting to stop. So
we do push-up contests at work every Saturday, and people are barely. Like 30-year-olds are barely touching 40 or 30 push-ups like in a row. Like they just can't. You know what I mean? It just shows you like you get comfortable, you get lazy a little bit, and like
I probably
not everybody does it, bro.
I couldn't hit 30 in a row. I used to be able to do like a cool 60, 70, no cap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never counted no cap other than recent, but I know that I've never really gone to like the the struggle like. You shaking like
push into this.
Yeah.
Like you haven't dig deep for a push up in a minute.
No, I know that I can hit 43 and then I'm done. Like it hurts and I'm done. But like I've never tried to like really go.
I'm probably
which probably like wouldn't be that far after.
I'm probably in my 30s.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
probably in my 30s.
Yeah, right.
Before
now,
I'm
I
like
could probably hit a good
super fuck this.
Give me 25 because. Well, now, 25 now. When I first started a couple weeks ago, 15 was my cap.
Yeah.
I was burnt out at 15. Like, that was all I could do. I was like, fuck that.
Right.
And then a couple days, I throw in like 5 more on top of the 15. Like, all right, cool. But when I did used to get up to like 60, I had one of those like, it was like a little calendar thing, and it shows you like 15 push-ups, like 15 squats, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like shit like that. And then each day it goes up. Or you do that set for 2-3 days and then it'll go up. You know what I'm saying? And then throughout the month, by the end of the month, you're doing a shitload of push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and
100%.
fucking crunches.
It's a
planks.
lot more natural. You've acclimated your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over time.
Yeah, I need to get one of those calendars again.
I feel like that kind of motivation would be very critical for me.
Yeah.
To be able to see a plan as like a big picture. So if this is not executed properly, then the whole plan goes to waste.
Right.
And it's like when you're in the beginning, which is really the hardest part about a plan, is like getting started and getting in the habit of getting consistent with it. Like the first, 4 or 5 days of your shit, you know what I mean? Especially if it's hardcore. Like, that's very important to have a motivation to push you past that. And I think for me, looking at the whole 30-day calendar, like super, like I have to go in at least for the 15. Like I can't ruin this whole thing right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
For
that,
sure. I'm
that might be something
gonna
that
find one and I'll send it to the group.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do that challenge. We'll see.
like
Cause you failed. Why do you think you failed?
So you're asking me how my week was?
Was it because?
Was that the version of that question?
Yeah. How was your week? Because you say that calendar will help you. So we'll see if that calendar helps you. Is that why you failed? Because you didn't actually have the calendar
on the challenge.
because you was like, yo, I'm initiating a 15 push-up a day challenge.
Hold on.
I'm like, all right, let's get it. That's how I read it. That may not be verbatim. That's how
I was about to say, I didn't sound like Bruce Buffer on the group chat, all right? But you had the idea. You initiated the idea into the group of a push-up challenge, just as like something that we would do.
Yeah.
And you're
so
right.
We can do challenges for the podcast.
Like, you know what? That push-up challenge? That's a good idea, dude. We should do this. First one that didn't do it. I wanted to. Excuses, aka limiting beliefs. It's one of the biggest things that I preach because I feel like limiting beliefs kill more dreams than failure. You know what I mean? Like, really think about that. Limiting beliefs, which is a belief that inhibits a certain aspect of your life. For an example, because of my hair, I cannot be an actor. Or because I had kids, I can never be a doctor. I can never take the time. But you haven't really taken the step to implement that. You're just seeing based off of experiences around you. Maybe you have somebody close to you that has that similar fate, so you feel like that's going to be your fate. But whatever it is, it's a belief that limits whatever aspect it is in your life. So I felt like it was limiting beliefs, you know, because I feel like a big excuse that I told myself a lot throughout the time was time. You know, like, oh, I got to do these 15. And then in 3 seconds, my mind can shift to something that I feel is actually more important to get done. And then I'll go, like I feel like everybody does with a goal that they don't initially do and get done. They'll be like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to hop right back on it. I'm a fucking, I'm a human. You know what I mean? I can have self-control and just, you know, play a little intermission. You can't.
I just thought of this fire tweet.
A slippery
I need
slope.
to get it off, and then I'm going to hit them push-ups.
Right.
I just need to get this tweet off real quick.
Exactly. And it's just like, no, you won't. No, you won't. Do it right then and there. If I would have done it right then and there when I had the thought of doing it, they would have been done.
Yeah.
You know, because the 15 push-up is not hard. You know, I just said a couple seconds ago, I feel like I can probably hit 30 on some, like, pulling my Spartan out. You know what I mean? But, like, still, it was my limiting beliefs to telling myself. And I felt like I didn't keep, like, I think what would have kept it going was also keeping the group in mind. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like, I really had the afterthought of telling y'all niggas this after I failed. You know what I mean? But that should have been one of the preemptive thoughts to say, hey, man, like,
that's what kept me going.
You need to do that or else you're going to have to tell them this. Like, stop. You know what I'm saying?
Like, in my mind, you guys had already done yours by the time I'd done mine. So I'm like, I can't be the only one that fails on this. I was like, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna push it out right now. Like, and that's it. Like, so I was like, just having that accountability from each other, like that changes your mindset too. Like, and that could be a reason why other people fail too. Is like not having somebody that's dependent on them or trying to do something difficult with them. And like, we're all in groups, so we understand that. So it makes it a lot easier if it's like, we're all challenging ourselves. It's like, it's hard to just challenge yourself because, like you say, you could just bullshit. You could just be like, yeah, I'll do it later. But if you have like, oh shit, these people are counting on me, or these people are going to do this, and they're expecting me to do this, so I got to do this.
Right.
And that's what was in my mind all week. So you got to keep that in mind, man.
I do. I definitely do.
Because you already know the jokes were coming. As soon as you said it, I was like, you already know what it is, bro.
I was like, bro, I'm getting level 5 roasted when I show up today,
like,
man.
It's
Honestly.
15 push-ups a day, man.
It's not much at all.
It's not much.
It's not much.
It's not much.
I'll pump out 15
And
right
just
now.
doing whatever you can each day.
Right now.
Like, if you can't do 15, do your 10. You know what I'm saying? Who's counting? All right, 1.
I
I'm at 7
was
already.
gonna say he's definitely at 7.
All right, Intellect is down doing his push-ups right now. Are you making up for all the days that you didn't do, or are you just doing your 15 for today? Because, I mean...
Yeah, you good.
I'm doing my 15 for today, okay?
Right.
I'm not going to just sit here and eradicate my arms for y'all people, okay?
You should make up for past times. You should make up for
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. You're not going to manipulate me today, crazy?
That's
But-
what I kind of implement like a little punishment on myself. If I forget something, like, oh man, let me do 15 push-ups. Let me do. Like, if I skip a day, why not do 30 the next day? You know what I'm saying? God damn it!
You already knew.
That way, I made up for it. Or
I like that.
or you could rip the page out and start fresh every day, but then you'll end up doing 15 push-ups a day. Yeah, or
every other day.
every other day.
Right.
It's like, all right, well, I could restart again.
And that was another thing.
Then the month down the line, you haven't done any push-ups. All right, I'm going to start out with 15.
Right.
It's a new month, baby.
Honestly, that was another thing that fucked me up. Because I'd be like, you know what? I'm in like I'm in the morning phase of my night where I'm just saying it didn't happen tonight when, while I'm saying this to myself, I could just fucking do them. But I'm like, damn, all right, 15 didn't happen today. Got to get through this mentally in myself. You know what I mean? I'm trying to work through the shame. And then, you know what I tell myself? The number one thing that I tell myself that makes me go, yeah. And I can just go to sleep. I'll just do 30 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just make up for it. I'm a fucking grown man. I can do 30 anytime I want. And then 30 doesn't happen. And then the 45 commitment happens. You know what I mean? Everybody out there has to know what I'm talking about. At some point, they've done that in their life.
You're just stacking it up. Hey, man.
I was like, let's talk about that. There's more pressing matters on this pod right now. George's unrelenting commitment.
I've never forgot, and I've never failed. Just kidding. Definitely done a little bit of both.
Well, that was the tip of my week, all right? Can we move past that? Can I talk about my week?
Yeah, I thought that was your whole week.
It was not my whole
we
week.
can get to
My whole
week
week
was
was
just
failing
failing
push-ups.
like-
I sat in a fucking empty room on a dirty mattress and just thought about my failures for 7
I
days.
thought that was all you did.
Because you didn't even tell us
Just
till
call me and work.
2 days before the podcast.
It's like, listen, nigga,
He was like, hey, just
it took a lot of courage for me to say it on the group chat, okay?
like,
I'm not happy about it.
Well, at the end of the day, it's good content. We got like 5 good minutes out of clowning you because you
Jesus.
couldn't do 15 push-ups.
I couldn't. Well, I can, obviously,
Hey,
but
you
I
could.
couldn't.
You can't.
But
But,
I
hey,
Can't every day.
yeah, you
Can't
couldn't
do them every day.
Yeah, you couldn't do it
I'm gonna have
every
to
day.
do a running vlog of me doing these 15 push-ups. Just to
That's
prove
what
you
we're
guys
gonna
what
have
I
to
did.
do. We're gonna have to keep
Make
the
sure
people
he's wearing a
updated
different outfit.
on our new Instagram.
Underscore the A is for
Underscore
that new dope Insta.
The A is for me, Matt, and Intellect. We're to document our push-ups every day.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's gonna be on the story. So make sure you go follow underscore
The
the
A
A is
for.
for on Instagram, and we'll keep you updated with our fitness journey.
Word.
No.
But speaking of the fitness journey, on my journey of challenges with the one and only, so no cheese and drinking half your ounces in weight and or half your weight in ounces in water a day.
Yeah.
That has been officially conquered. I feel good about that one. Cheese was my last, hand on the building when it came to dairy. I finally just let go and just free fall from that bitch. And it actually feels pretty good. A lot less stomach aches. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah, I ain't mad cheese this week. Damn.
you know what I'm saying? And it could
I just
affect
thought
you
about
and not. If there's no effects, run forward and never look back. Because I'll tell you, your boy, that was a hard one. But this month is, we just started. So, wanted to implement another plus. You know what I mean? I like the fact that it's like, instead of just taking something away and having 2 negatives, like we did with the no soda and the no red meat, we decided to no major meals past 9:30, which is super interesting as both a hip hop artist and a weed connoisseur.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard because I want to scarf down lasagna at 11:30 if I've had about 3 blunts throughout the day.
Yeah, your boy's a sleep eater.
You know what I'm
Your
saying?
boy is a sleep eater.
Then honestly, my family was the type of family that if you wake up at like 2 in the morning and you zombie yourself to the kitchen, they'll have like full meals prepared in the fridge just for such occasions.
Jeez.
Because if they're like, if you're gonna eat. Like, eat then. You know what I mean? Like, I remember a distinct memory being in my grandma's she has a big, basement, but not really a basement. It's like the second floor, the first floor of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Being down there, eating this pork steak, just huge as shit,
Jeez.
freshly made, by the way, because she's up at 2 in the morning making these. Watching stand-up comedy, just realizing, this shit is kind of nuts. She's for real up right now making all this food. It's pretty hard. But
That shit is flames.
it's super flames.
Sounds
So,
flames.
no meals past 9:30 and no
I
candy.
be sleep by 9:30, so
Really?
yeah, I don't eat past 9:30 because I be in bed, man.
Oh,
Most
bro,
of the time.
I'm a night owl. I'm up. But the second one's no candy.
That's tough.
No candy for a month. Now, we said there are sweets, but that's like completely taken down. Like it can't just be like every night.
It's
You
like
know what
Mad
I mean?
Little
Like,
Debbie's like, it's not candy.
yeah, like you're not doing anything to yourself. Like, obviously. But yeah, you know, to kill the craving, because it's not necessarily about taking ourselves away from candy. I will never drop candy in my life unless somebody was like, your leg is gonna fall off due to diabetes. Like, you need to stop eating candy. You know what I mean? Like, that's some real shit.
I eventually want to get to no sugar, and I have not taken any steps to get further.
That's an
I
interesting
found the dream. That's as far as I've got.
I have been drinking more water though, so I guess you know what? I need to make that higher on my goals list. Zero
The no sugar?
Yeah.
That's hard, man. That's hard because that's even in savory foods. Like it's not just easy as like.
Yeah,
stop
I have to
eating
pay
fake
attention
sweet
to
shit. Like,
everything.
you have to pay. Yeah, exactly. You have to
Well,
pay
I'm just
attention.
gonna
Like,
basically-
you can't eat McDonald's fries. You know what I'm saying? Because they have so much sugar in them.
Shit.
Like,
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll keep I'll keep it.
I know what that laugh meant, bro. He said, I don't think I can.
I'll keep a cap on that. No, I need to stick to it, guys. Hold me accountable. Zero sugar. That's what I'm going for. I'm eventually
my
just gonna
God.
eat steak and asparagus.
Well, you need a little bit of sugar in your diet.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
He said, no, you don't. I don't.
I'm gonna
he
run
said
off
natural
fat.
sugars from plants.
It's like the keto
He
diet.
said, "I'll get
you know
the
what I'm
sun
saying?
sugar."
You just run off fat instead of sugar. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think does that work for like
Yeah,
long
you
term.
can't.
I was going to say, I think I'd have to. look that
Your
up
body
see if
just
it
has
affected
to
me
adjust to
right.
burning the fat. You gotta look into the keto diet. It's all the craze
Yeah, I was going to say, I
right
would have
Yeah.
to look into that.
now. Yeah, it's
I'm
all
like,
the craze right
Ah,
now.
that's some crazy shit, man. So
And
you
I'm
just
no
trick
expert,
your body to
so-
just only eating fat.
What's the
Yeah, that's-
what's the negative?
that's
of
pretty
that,
lit.
Did you say? Like you couldn't gain protein, like gain mass as much or something, or what? Like cardio.
I mean, as long as you supplement for everything that you need that
Right.
you may be missing, then it wouldn't be that big of an issue.
Facts.
But I'm no expert. I just
That's a hard line
watch
to
a few
draw, man.
podcasts and heard some shit on it. So yeah, I want to at least give it a go. And
Maybe the first step's to get on the keto diet.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta buy these steaks, man.
Okay.
You gotta eat a lot of fat and then green leafy vegetables.
Word. Hella Brussels sprouts.
I gotta watch
Spinach,
this.
bro.
I gotta watch. I got it from one of these Joe Rogan podcasts. He has health experts on the.
I was about to say, he has some
time,
pretty
so.
top-notch nutrition.
And there was one that was just really in depth on the keto diet. I need to go back and watch that, and I'll come back with some facts. And,
100%.
learn what I need to eat, and I'll keep you guys posted. So I'm gonna rewrite my list. I'm gonna actually come in with a physical list next time for sure, and then we'll go through our goals and
Yeah.
how we're gonna get there. That's one of mine. Zero sugar, for sure.
I like that.
So I like the no candy because that's one of my biggest things. It's just sugar, period. Like I consume way too much. Like I have a massive sweet tooth. It's pretty crazy.
That was my favorite soda.
I know. Mine,
I don't even like soda. That's the thing. I don't drink a lot of soda. But
love
I
soda,
just
bro.
fucking love like sweet shit. Like
I
give
can
me a
eat
little Debbie, bro.
half my body weight right
Strawberry
now.
Swiss
Give me a
rolls?
honey bun. Dip it in,
Straight
dip
up.
it in syrup. Fucking gross.
He's trying to go to
Man.
hell.
Mad ice cream. Get the hot fudge bottle heated up in the microwave for 30 seconds. We're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We smacking, son. Yo, I have a problem. Anything that's like, yo, I be walking through the cereal. I did a fucking Instagram story on it the
I
other
love
day.
cereal.
The cereal game has fucking changed. Have you seen how
It
many
really
different
has.
flavors of shit they have?
No.
Bro,
It's beautiful.
the shit
I'm
just
heavy in the
makes me
cereal
go
game.
crazy. The cereal, I'm a big fan of cereal. I'll get and it's just mind boggling. Like there's so much new cereals
It's my number one.
that are just
like,
game
chilling
changers.
Snack, I'll be honest with
It's
you.
gonna
Shit.
make me have to buy some cereal, man. I haven't eaten cereal in months, bro.
But cereal
Like
is
legit
just pure
cereal,
sugar.
man.
That's all it is. There's nothing good. A lot of the shit that we eat is not even real food. It's nothing of sustenance. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not really gonna give your body what it needs. It's bullshit, processed
That
bullshit.
conveyor belt diet.
Like even like grains. Like that's not really. That used to be high on the food pyramid or whatever. But you know, with modern science, like,
right.
that's a lot of people have glucose allergies, and that's why a lot of people are getting fat, and like people finding out that a lot of their health issues and inflammation in their joints and aches and pains are because of they're allergic to glucose, and they eat a lot of fucking pasta and bread and everything that's in our
That's
diet.
so insane. And that exactly goes back to what I was saying earlier in the idea that if your body has a lack of something, or especially if your body has a specific like significant reaction to whatever that lack is, or implementation of in your body, like it's gonna show you in crazy ways. Like those correlations weren't found in general science for years, or else
Right.
we would have had this as common knowledge. Like I had no idea about that.
Yeah, that's the source of a lot of people's problem is their diet. A lot of it is sugar too. That's like a big issue because there's so much sugar in everything.
Right.
Sugar, it comes out in cravings. You think you want McDonald's fries, but really you just want sugar.
Yeah, and
You don't even know.
like your gut gets used to it. Like it's a gut biome is what they call it. What you feed yourself, your body gets used to. So that's what you're craving. If you eat something a lot, that's what your body's gonna crave. So if you change your diet to good shit, then your body's gonna want that good food all the time, and you're gonna be craving that to feed yourself instead of just the sugar. But if you eat a lot of sugar, you're always gonna be like, let me grab Snickers real quick.
Right.
Frosted animal crackers. Oh,
Putting nothing in your
I
body.
have a problem. I'll tell you.
Burgers,
I need
cookies,
to
bro.
change my gut biome, man. I need to start eating different shit.
He said when you start going to Costco for
good,
yourself.
and when I'm eating bad, I'm eating bad. Like there's
Yeah.
never like a balance. I'm either really heavy, just like eating shitty, or craving
On
shit.
that health kick.
Normally it's a few months at a time, sometimes longer, but I notice I go back and forth.
Yeah, when you
Right.
change your diet, you just start craving the shit that you're used to eating. So if
Right.
you start eating some good food, then your body will be used to having that, and be like, "Hey, man, give me some of that steak, man. Let me get some greens, man. Eat a salad, fam."
True.
He said,
Get green
yo,
beans,
I
extra
can't
green
eat this
beans.
asparagus for some snacks later if you want some of that.
Yeah,
I said, absolutely I do.
I got pistachios with me if anybody hungry for real.
Bro,
so,
I
Oh,
can eat
yeah.
a stupid amount of pistachios too.
Bro,
It's
I have
ridiculous.
2 bags in the room, literally.
shelled or unshelled?
Because you just
Shelled.
be.
You have to get shelled. Unshelled is weird, right?
Shell.
You can't just. You
I don't
gotta
want
work
nobody-
for the
what does that
pistachio.
mean?
I tried
Was there
unshelled.
a very sterile machine that was undressing my pistachios? I want to know. Is there a fucking sweatshop where they're all just standing on the wall and just fucking just
probably
hammering them
more
out?
like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro,
I want
it's
to
like
know
a
what's going
reverse.
on.
It's like reverse scissors. It just
Yeah.
cracking them shits open. Just, you know what I'm saying?
I
Just-
understand.
that's it. Bro.
Yes, I need to know because
They're
that's,
weird though.
That's
I tried
very
them, bro, and
important.
I couldn't
Without
keep
that
them.
question
I couldn't
answered.
commit to it the same way, and it was
Right.
just
Keep your
fun.
nuts in your shells.
It's like you can grab them all and still be like, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, like I just want a lot, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
just pop them. Still not as satisfying of being like clack, clack, clack to even
Yeah.
4 of them. I could have like 13 in this hand and still not as satisfying as unshelling 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Could
Yeah,
be.
same
I'm gonna
thing with
just
sunflower
let you try it
seeds.
out. It's nasty.
Like, I like to, get a whole bunch of unshelled sunflower seeds in one cheek, but I gotta unshell them myself. You know what I'm saying? I be looking like a squirrel sometimes when I eat sunflower
Sit
seeds,
in,
bro.
I was about to say your process is nuts. I've seen people that do that.
You'll say
They'll
I'll
just,
pop a
like,
handful in.
Pack for a season, and then they just spend the next
Yeah,
hour and a
what I
half
do.
just dissecting, and I'm just like, yo, I couldn't do it.
That's my tactic. I pop in a handful. You know what I'm saying?
And by
then
handful,
I crack one, put it over to the side, spit out the shell, crack another one, put it over to the side, spit out the shell
That's
until
too
I
much
have a
intensity
good.
of flavor, I feel like.
Yeah,
On one
it
side
gets
of my
real
mouth,
juicy,
he
fam.
said,
It gets
"Oh,
real
my
juicy.
God."
Yeah, crack fast, bro. Crack fast. It
Yeah.
gets easier.
Oh
Bro, you
yeah,
got
your cheeks
scratches.
gets
I was
raw.
gonna say you got
It's
scratches
all
all
raw and shit, but man.
Man, when I eat out the raw side of my mouth, everything tastes like cayenne pepper, bro.
But I don't remember the last time I ate sunflower
sunflower
seeds.
6 months, man.
But I don't eat sunflower seeds very often, so it's not like I'm fucking up my cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Because I might have a
Also,
hole
I
through
would
that
just
shit.
swirl out
If I had a
sugar.
habit, like my oldest brother he used to eat sunflower seeds, like it was like just I don't know, man. Just every fucking day, just Gatorade bottles full of shells, which is gross. But, you know what I'm saying? Eating sunflower seeds
It's not anything I
all
haven't seen.
day, bro. He had a problem. Shout out to Nick.
I've definitely seen
He
that.
had a problem. Yeah, all day. Like this, like instead of smoking cigarettes, it would be eating sunflower seeds.
Right.
Yeah, but unshelled pistachios are not where to go. You got to work for your pistachio.
Please.
Yeah.
Very
Absolutely. If you can't get the one that has like every portion of it sealed outside of like that little baby mini space, if you can't get it, you don't deserve to get it. Put it down, figure it out, or get a hammer.
Bro, what
You know
you
what I'm
gotta do is you gotta turn it sideways, bro. Get it right here. Just bite hard.
See,
Don't hurt yourself.
that's how people lose molars, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just act
That's
like
how
your teeth
weaklings
are
lose
made
molars, ladies and
of
gentlemen.
just like iron, okay? Everybody breaks down.
You know, I just put one
That-
side in my
that
mouth and
suggestion
then
was
pull it
age
apart,
specific.
True.
and then you know just crack it open like that. Just seems
Wait.
simple.
I want to get this visual.
I like
So
to
you
grab
put it
like
in.
this. I like to feel
Like
On
right
the
here on
side
my
of your
bottom
mouth.
one. You know what I'm saying? Right here up the bottom. Right here in between
Yeah.
the crack and just
Oh well, yeah, of
didn't
course.
catch it.
That's
I didn't catch
that's
it.
for the standard. You know, I would
The
almost want to
half
say the bloom.
yeah.
You know,
the
pistachio
half
nut. No, I'm talking about the one
sealed ones?
that is sarcophagus sealed.
Oh yeah, I
except
pop that
for,
bitch
like-
open in my mouth.
like
yeah.
that.
You gotta just.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
You gotta tough that
You gotta
bitch
work
out.
through it.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
God, you
So
guys are
that-
giving
I mean,
us
is
very
that not what
dental
teeth
advice
are made
on
for?
this podcast.
Exactly.
You
That's
guys-
what teeth are made for. Bro.
There's like
Crack shells and shit.
there's like 35 dental assistants that are listening to this podcast that are cringing right now for y'all.
Just
All right.
learn
Well,
nothing but
dental
it.
assistants, leave your comments.
Yeah.
Make sure
voice
you hit up the
the
IG
community.
underscore the A is for and send your thoughts on this topic on cracking pistachios
Yeah, we'll
with your
respond.
In
with
the
your
back of
teeth.
your jaw.
You know what I'm saying? Like a real nigga.
Yeah. Let us
Duh.
know if it's terrible or not. Or honestly, if you're not a dental assistant and you just care about your teeth. I want that too.
If you have the information that we don't, holler at us.
Facts.
All right. We got pretty deep into that. I don't even know how we got there.
I honestly, some
Eating
doors
better,
aren't meant
right?
to be
Yeah.
open.
We talk about things with
Well, glad we went.
magnesium.
Eating
Right,
goals.
damn.
Just all tied in.
Yeah.
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 I
All
feel
right.
you on that.
So where we going from here, man?
I mean, that was my week.
That was your
You
week.
know, it was pretty nice. Big shouts out to Lil Nas X
Yeah.
taking
Calm
it
out, bro.
taking a stand
Man,
for
our
his
guy.
identity. I appreciated that, man. And honestly, how'd we not know? You really just kind of look back on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He came out
I
on
mean,
the
he
last
probably
day
pushed
of Pride. The only thing that I would say is he probably should have did it the day before because the NBA free agency started that day, and that's all I seen on my timeline. And then it was like, oh yeah, look, Lil Nas X came out, but it would have been way bigger if it came out a day before.
Right. I mean, I don't necessarily think he did it to.
I know he did.
Big reaction out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just kind of happened. And honestly,
Yeah.
there wasn't really like a time where he just straight said, "I'm gay." You know what I mean? Like he said everything around it, and then just let everybody take a flame to it.
Well, I
and
guess
then didn't not say it to
He
every
was
direct
at a
comment.
show in Germany or somewhere overseas, and he announced it on stage, and he got
Oh.
a big ovation, and
That's
that
crazy.
moved him to go to Twitter, and finally he put the video out, a little clip from Closure, one of his songs from the 7 EP, and he was like, some people already know. Some people are just finding this out, but some people are not gonna fuck with me no more. But this is who I am, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't. He
Right.
said it, but said it. And he's like, listen closely to this song. It's always been there. And then he posted a screenshot of
Yeah, the
his,
song was Closure.
yeah, Closure. And then he posted a screenshot of his album art. And on one of the buildings, it has a rainbow flag.
Yeah.
So he's like, I thought I made it obvious. And he's actually been known, a lot of people were saying that he used to run a Nicki Minaj fan account. And that's what his page used to be before he blew up as Lil Nas X, the rapper. So they're like, duh, he's like a Nicki Minaj stan. So, of course he's gay.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I feel like Nicki Minaj has like the hip hop Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So a lot of people already knew, but he
That-
came out on the last day of
Beyonce's
Pride
on
Month.
beat.
So shout out to Lil Nas X.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
I
I
don't
mean,
think-
that's got to be very liberating for you to say it on such a grand scale. Especially, I mean, I make a joke when I said it was obvious, but like it wasn't. You can never. There's not a characteristic about somebody that makes them gay. There's a characteristic about them that makes them feminine. But I've met a lot of feminine straight men.
Yeah, I never really like seen anything that he did.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't know. That may
I'm
be
just
a little
talking about
bit
like
funny.
now you see him like shirtless, big, like tight leather, like looking like a member of the YMCA clan, the Village People. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's awesome. Like I mean, like I said, I've seen straight men wear that,
But he did put out a tweet. He said, "Just because I'm gay doesn't mean I'm straight. Doesn't mean I'm not straight." So I guess he's bisexual. I don't know. But shout out to Lil Nas.
Either way.
He's representing for the LGBTQIA plus community.
And you know what? Shouts out to the way he's taking it. You know what I mean? Like on Twitter, he's being very vocal and reactive to the feedback that's coming at him
he's
on
hilarious.
both sides. And he's super funny about it. You know what I mean? And when a person can take a situation like that and still, act and conduct the behavior that he has right now, like you still kind of win. You know what I mean? Like it's not a matter of like the pressure getting to you or anything like that. Like no matter how hateful the comment, just still stay on top. Like stay on your game. you
Yeah,
know?
he'll retweet the funniest stuff because a lot of people, of course, the joke was, "Ride till I can't no more." Duh. But
Right.
now
Of
a lot
course.
of people like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop bumping that song." He was talking about guys. He even was like, "Yo, the song is about horses."
He says bull riding and boobies.
Yeah,
Quite frankly.
Yeah.
but
I mean,
he was acting
cheating
like
on
he was
my
living-
baby, and you can
Yeah.
go and ask her.
Yeah.
So now we know, he cheated with a nigga, but I mean that's neither here nor there.
Well, you don't know who he cheated with.
True.
It could have been
because
a dude.
because just because he's gay don't mean he's not straight.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that is pretty crazy. But shout out to Nas X, man. That doesn't change anything. When I heard it, I was like, okay, his music's still cool.
Yeah, I'm still gonna
Right.
listen to his
You
shit,
know,
like,
Still in the
regardless.
same status here.
Right. When I found out about Frank Ocean, it didn't stop me from listening to Channel Orange.
But do you like Forrest Gump?
I do like Forrest Gump. What do you mean?
The song?
You thought you were talking about the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, what does Tom Hanks have to do with this? Right now?
You know what I'm
say
talking
my
about?
man
though?
is gay, bro.
Damn it, yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like I would know this.
Don't tell me something.
Tom Hanks is my top 5 for sure.
Have
But,
you ever heard Frank Ocean's song Forrest Gump?
No. I have not.
He's talking about a guy. It's hard for me to sing the lyrics, but it's a very good song.
Okay.
Yeah, running through
listen
my
to it.
mind, boy. And he's talking about how big his muscles is and shit like that. So, it's not my flavor.
Right.
But Frank Ocean is a great artist.
Definitely not my flavor.
He said I would pass that over at Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't mean I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, you can't be bumping your Frank Ocean playlist and be in the shower, and then Forrest Gump come on.
He said
He said
you can.
it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
Doesn't
I
feel
immediately put my towel on.
Whether the water's on or not, I feel uncomfortable.
You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable with my sexuality and everything, but I just feel like somebody's watching me if I'm listening to that song.
He said, but then it just goes away. all of a
Somebody's
sudden.
infiltrated my house and I just feel real uncomfortable right now.
Song comes on. He's like, "Who's there?"
Hey, bro, if somebody has already, just within the time span of this song, infiltrated silently into your house, a towel ain't gonna stop them. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
Probably
So
likes
I mean,
the song.
so basically, what I'm saying is, if Lil Nas comes out with a song like that, I may not be the biggest fan of it. You know what I'm saying? Like even with like over sexualized female songs, I've said that
Yeah.
before on the podcast. I'm not a fan of hearing that type of music.
Right.
So that's something that I would change too. But nothing against everybody. Love is love. Shout out to all the LBGT community
Right.
and happy Pride Month. What up, Lil Nas X?
Big shouts out, man. And I hope that playing on your ambiguity gives you record sales.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that have done that. Successfully as shit.
You know what I'm saying? Now you know, like, dating multiple people is like a thing now. So what if he has a boyfriend and a girlfriend that are both in the industry? That'd be huge.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
And he's
It's
already...
definitely a magazine cover for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And he's
after
already
that,
kind
he's
of put
modeling
himself
for
into...
Vogue. All of it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I said after that, he's just modeling for Vogue and everything after that. Like, you know,
Is he?
there's- No, not for real, but just
But
like
he
I
would
can
be.
see it happening. I
Jaden
literally...
Smith,
it was
bro.
so believable for me. So I was like...
I mean, Jaden Smith kind of opened the door for that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if he could do it, and then he played off of, you know, not playing off of it to get himself record sales or anything, but, you know what I mean, his sexuality was a thing in his career as well.
Yeah.
So coming back into this, it just
So
gets
just
him
imagine if Lil Nas was in a 3-way relationship with Miley Cyrus and Jada Smith.
Then we'd have the most fire album of 2023. You know what I'm saying?
Facts on facts.
He's already pretty celebrity implanted. I really hope we hear that song, that remix to
Panini?
yes,
With Gordon Ramsay?
Oh my god. So he tweeted, I want Gordon Ramsay on the remix of Panini, and Gordon Ramsay commented on it and said, tell me more.
Yeah.
That would, like, the flamest thing ever. If I hear Gordon Ramsay's aggressive ass start spitting a bar, bro, I'm losing my mind. My summer is made.
Well, they were.
It could be not the summer.
They
My
were.
summer is made.
I believe
He's
in
dissing
France.
the
They're
shit.
in Europe this weekend making paninis. They took a picture on Twitter. I see. Nas tweeted him. He was like, "Yo, teach me how to make some paninis before I leave Europe." And then Gordon was like, "Name the day." Nas was like, "Wednesday." He's like, "Say no more." I don't know if he said "say no more." That was my flavor.
Yo.
I was about to say, bro.
He was like, "Yo." He dropped the "say less."
You better
He
shut
said,
the fuck
"Say
up,
less,
bro.
fam."
Turn your phone off. You know
Say
what I'm saying?
less. Say less, fam. I'm there. And then the next thing you know, they're hanging out together making paninis and shit.
Is that really what happened?
That is what happened. I follow
That's funny,
Lil
bro.
Nas X on Twitter, so he is a very good Twitter follow. He's funny. He's hilarious. And
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
heard that a
follow him.
lot
I
by
need to-
people.
I need to
he's
look into
a
that.
good Twitter follow.
Yo, that's pretty amazing. One thing that I saw that was running Twitter is Scooter Braun
Oh yeah.
just taking a hold of all of Taylor Swift's. So what does that mean? Like, it's he owns the rights to her music?
There's her old label that she was first with, Big Machine, or something like that. I believe it's Big Machine. They owned her first 6 albums, and
Damn.
when they're trying to get her to re-sign, they told her, if you re-sign with us, we'll give you the rights and you'll own your first 6 albums. But if you don't, you won't get them, and we'll keep them. So she signed to Interscope, I believe, something like that. So she didn't end up signing with Big Machine or whatever.
Right.
So Scooter Braun ended up buying it. But Taylor Swift says that the deal was, she said that Big Machine gave her a deal that if for every album she made in her new deal, they would give her one of her albums back.
Okay.
But the label came out and showed receipts that it's not really that true, that they actually offered her all of her albums just to sign. But yeah, that was a whole big
Wow.
deal. So
she
now,
tried to save it out, and it still wasn't the truth.
yeah, and Scooter Braun is
Just kind of made it worse for yourself, T Swift.
yeah. So Scooter Braun is he bought the company, so now he owns her and a few of, I forget who else was on that label, but some few huge artist catalogs owns the label, so he owns all their songs and shit now. But the beef was, Scooter Braun is a huge agent for Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and a few other huge artists out there. And I think at one point he was even Kanye West. So he has something to do with Kanye West. So basically, all stems back to Kanye West. At some point, Taylor
roads
Swift
point
is
to
mad
Kanye.
because Scooter Braun bought her
It's
shit, and the
PTSD
whole
with that.
beef is she feels bullied because of him and Kanye, and she feel like he did it in spite to actually buy all of her shit. Like
Yeah.
he was just like, fuck that, give me that. Just like he feels like he's been bullying her for years. So that's why she wrote on Tumblr, which have you guys ever fucked with Tumblr?
I've turned it on for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I was
And then
about
I
to say, I
signed
feel
out.
like my Tumblr curiosities will overboil a little bit, like maybe like
is
once or twice a year.
Strange place, but she still has Tumblr. Her and Frank Ocean apparently are keeping that shit alive. So she put it out on her shit, and that whole spiel. So that's where the uprising came from. People were like, save Taylor Swift and shit. I don't care. It is what it is, man. I thought that shit was
Save
funny.
Taylor Swift. Like he's just gonna do terrible shit to it. He's probably just gonna lease it out to a couple car companies so they can make commercials about it, and you know,
He's just
it's
gonna
good to go.
collect
That's
off
what
that
happened to
shit.
the Beatles.
He's just gonna make
You
his
know?
money. You know what I'm saying? Just be a
Right.
baller.
It's gonna definitely get
Let
a check.
Kanye let Kanye sample her
Oh my
500
God.
times.
That's
Every single one of her hits.
phenomenal.
You're gonna hear a Kanye sample.
It's gonna be terrible, man. For the next 5 years, that's what it is. We already know.
Absolutely.
It's Yandi.
So kids, it's inspiring musicians. Own your music. Don't. Try to do everything in your power to keep your rights. to
It's
your
pretty
music.
hard. If you're wanting to get into like industry standard,
Yeah.
Everybody's
Make it
path
as-
is different too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you can go the independent route, like more power to you. But some artists are better off in a labeled environment.
right?
In which case the label's gonna want to own the masters. That's their equity. Like they're not. Like otherwise they don't actually obtain anything from the deal. They're just
Facilitating.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the label's intent at that scale. Like they want the master rights to all their artists.
Right. I mean, most of the artists that you know to love, especially if you are in the later half of the millennials and back, you know what I mean, have not had many of their masters, if
Yeah.
not none.
Yeah.
Like,
The majority,
A lot of
probably
these-
don't own their masters.
A lot of these new artists don't have their masters, and a lot of the older artists don't have their masters because they were signing bullshit deals back in the day, and they didn't know about ownership.
right.
They just
100%.
signed away because this is more money than they ever seen. They're coming from nothing, so they're just let's get this money. That's how people get into deals where you don't actually get any of your money. They'll just buy you a house. They'll just buy you the car. You know what I'm saying? You basically get an allowance from your label, which is
Right.
crazy. And a lot of people don't know what they're getting into when they get into $1 million deals.
When the wells dry,
Yeah,
son.
and when you sign a $1 million deal,
That's very rare in today's industry too.
Yeah.
Like to get a deal of that value, and if you do, you're like somebody that's big. Like that's you know what I mean. You're probably one in a million artist.
Right.
You're getting $1 million plus deal from a label.
yeah,
Yeah,
but even if
100%.
you get that big of a deal, you're not getting half of that after all the fees, managers,
Producers, you
recoup.
gotta pay
You know what I'm
back.
saying? Yeah.
Features.
Yep.
It's just going into everything.
Yeah,
PR.
your budget is gonna be blown through. And
Right.
You're gonna end up owing a lot of money and not having that residual money from your masters coming in at the end of the day.
Well, it depends on how it's set up too, because there's the rights to the actual lyrics, to the writing of the song, and there's
Right.
the rights to the master sound recording. So, if you're in a good situation, you own your songwriting copyright and you're
Right.
publishing, and if the record's big, you're making publishing money for the rest of your life.
But even that, people will only get a percentage of their publishing with a lot of these deals.
Yeah, it just depends on the deal.
Yeah,
you know?
all deals are
Every-
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. But at the end of the day, protect yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly,
Understand legal terminology.
I would say push for ownership. That's just
Yeah,
me. Like,
labels want artists to pretty much operate independently nowadays, anyways. so it almost
That's
doesn't
true.
even make sense to sign until you're at a large, like level already, and you can just scale.
And at that point, why would you?
And
Well,
just sign your own
if you get a
label
promotion and
to.
distribution deal, where it's
Yeah.
not like a full 360 deal, they don't
Right.
have any control or ownership over basically, like if we were to sign, like with a bigger company, they would just help us push and promote the record through their channels and their networks, whereas
Yeah, but
they
we
wouldn't
would
have
be
any-
only dreamers still. But
Yeah,
we
they
would
would
be
Right, 100%.
under the
Strange Music,
umbrella.
they have a promotion and distribution deal through Universal Music. So like even though Universal Music doesn't own anything that Strange Music does, like they help distribute, promote,
And for that, get a certain percentage, I'm sure.
and
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the best way to go because that's making partnerships. We just had a really big conversation with Christian Pfeiffer out here, who is an extremely business-minded person. He has 17 successful businesses, and he's young. I mean, he's early 30s.
I think so. Yeah.
Early 30s. And one of the biggest things he said to help out with mentality is you don't have a boss. Even if you clock in, work a corporate job, 9 to 5, you don't have a boss. You have a person, you have a manager, you have a supervisor, you have a person who has been tasked with the idea of making sure that your work is efficient. But at the end of the day, you don't call anybody boss and you don't have a boss. And it's kind of taking that ownership within that self. You know what I mean? And I feel like that kind of correlates to what you were saying. Like, that's super important to just, understand that, like, I want to make a partnership because we see the equal benefit in my work seeing more people. You know what I mean? You can take your cut. Thank you for helping out. But at the end of the day, we're going to keep this machine inward.
Yep.
And I think, man, that's super important for today.
Did you say the N word?
Bleep it out. We'll bleep it out. Okay. He said N-word. But, yeah. That's dope.
That is dope. Dope on the road.
So, Scooter Braun, man.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Happy trails. I hope you do make a lot of money off that. I feel like that was a power move.
Yeah. Good luck.
Taylor Swift is a crybaby. She cries about everything, so I don't care.
Well, I mean, all of
That's
it.
another thing.
That just goes back to all of her best hits. All of her best hits are some type of dispute that happened probably a month or two ago, if you think about it. And then there are a billion views on YouTube.
Damn, she's like the Kardashians of pop music.
Bro, absolutely.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Because you
Adele-
see the
Adele's pretty close to
storyline
that criteria,
unfold,
too.
and then you
But
see
Adele's
the
not
episode.
doing anything like as consistent. Adele had like an album, and then like
She had a follow-up
like-
hit, right?
she had, I think
Oh,
she
yeah.
had like an album or two.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then,
I think the
She had a couple.
album after, but she's probably just bigger overseas.
great.
Honestly, like,
yeah. I would have to look up more on that.
because she was from overseas. Some, I don't know where she's from.
Yeah.
Some side of Europe.
She wasn't American.
No, I think she's British.
She's definitely not American.
She's British.
I believe she's
She
British.
British. Oh,
It's
it's
a terrible
rubbish.
accent.
What?
I just
I'm
executed
swallowing
a
you.
terrible accent.
I'm swallowing you on camera.
What'd you say?
I'm almost swallowing
Try
you.
it again. Try it again.
I believe she's English. That was a lot better.
That's not bad.
All right.
Here you go.
I had to come back.
actually.
You good? It's good on the marijuana. We're taking bong rips, as you probably heard.
Yeah, which is a completely different way and like feeling of intaking marijuana.
Yeah.
Like every
Bong
single
rips are
thing
different
has like
high, bro.
completely, yeah,
Like the pen.
completely different from a pen. Completely
Yeah.
different from a
The pen
blunt.
is like purified, but you always get that like tingle in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
But
even
you
the
feel
bubbler
nice. You feel nice.
hits and feels different than a bong does.
Yeah, because it's the perfect balance between a pipe and a bong.
You know.
I don't know
I've
about
never
the
found
perfect balance, but it's
What's the perfect
it's
balance?
somewhere
though?
in there. A bong.
You just got to get the right
Between a
size.
pipe
like,
and
one
a
like
bong?
right
There's a
here
bong?
is like
balance,
perfect.
in my opinion.
It's perfect. I can't. I've never been comfortable with a bubbler. I've never found one that was.
I had a
They're
dope
annoying.
bubbler back in the day.
They're annoying
They're
because
all
I don't
broken.
find myself. Yeah.
They're all broken.
Yeah, they're very easy to break. They're awkward sitting. You know what I mean? Most of the time.
Always look like some underwater creature, and then they die in 2 weeks. That's just
Dude, I literally had an octopus bubbler.
Damn, that's dope.
But yeah, and it broke. But also too, I just found myself not wanting to fill it with water, like during the times that it was needed. I didn't want to keep water in it you know, because I didn't feel like it was like a bong where you would just keep the water in it and then change it out periodically. Like you have to change
Why
it
not?
before you used it. I don't know. It just felt weird. It felt different
He's
to
like, it
me.
was
You know what I mean?
uncomfortable,
Like, yeah, I don't know why.
I don't feel like it's like a bong where I could just leave the water in it. Just
Dude, it's not.
the
Like,
bong holds more water.
How big were the holes? Would it have been easy to clean? Because I feel like that's why you can get away with it with a bong. It's because like you can just dump it out.
That's a
just
solid
clean
point.
it.
And
It's
no,
true. Some
no, it
bubblers,
was
they
like
have
a.
like the Sherlock
it was-
pipe,
it
so
was-
you have to like you're
I'm
pretty
not gonna
much
show my
dumping it out
fingers.
as you're feeling it.
Yeah.
With the
Right.
right size bubbler, though, you just throw some alcohol in there, shake it up, dump it out. If you need to clean it.
You know what? I'm gonna text you instead of giving up on my bubbler. But it broke either way.
Oh.
So if you got some ceramic glue or some glass melding technology, I'd
Just need
appreciate
a
it.
torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a ventilation system to
Mm-hmm.
suck out the heat. But
Matt likes setting fires.
I was about to say, if y'all want to go that deep into fixing my bubbler, it's on.
I'm cool
We'd have to
with that.
find
We
it.
could probably just buy a new one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's craft it ourselves.
you know, honestly, just not for me. I don't think I'm gonna be in the bubbler category anytime soon. I'm a blunt and bong person for sure.
Yeah, true.
For sure.
Man, I've been thinking about going to the pen. To be honest, I've been thinking about it.
It's just more convenient.
I
Plus, you
think
make
that's
your
honestly
shit
what it is.
smell like a cinnamon roll, so it's not offensive anymore.
Wait, cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll.
Okay.
What? Cinnamon roll?
Yeah, with the roll.
Oh,
of
yeah.
cinnamon.
Well, how did we get on cinnamon rolls? I was lost.
Because
It's
nowadays we have the technology to have a weed pen and make that shit smell like a cinnamon roll when you blow that shit
okay.
out. So it's
See,
way
I
less
told you I have a
offensive
sweet
in public.
addiction. I heard cinnamon rolls.
popped
I was thinking, what?
Say, what'd you
A-Factor saw red. He said, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Y'all ever had the sticky rolls with like the brown sugar and the caramel glaze and then
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Bro,
I have
You
a
and
problem.
sweets,
I have issues. Zero sugar. Keep that in mind.
He is crawling on his belly like a snake.
Damn.
Zero sugar.
bro.
Slow and steady, but he's getting there.
My daughter
I'm trying to
started
think of what
crawling. She
Instagram
crawls
to
like
think
that.
of, bro. There's like a couple of pastry Instagrams, bro. I should link you to.
No, don't. See, it's gonna be counterproductive to my goals.
Bro, this shit would just be hilarious to me.
highly.
How do you hold it?
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
Firmly
I follow it
grasp
all.
it.
Bet. No, I've been following a couple of pastry like Instagrams and stuff like that, and it's been driving me insane, bro. Honestly, it makes me want to bake, which is the worst part of it, because
Damn.
now it makes me want to ensure that this shit is in the house.
Yeah, see, I can't fall down too many rabbit holes. I can't have more hobbies. That's why I need to get in the habit of having good habits, because I have like very addictive personality. So if I get into something, like if I start baking, bro, I'll be a fucking baker, fam.
But you
He
gotta,
said,
you gotta bake
I'm
good
making
stuff.
all my own bread. You can't tell me nothing.
Well, like I try not to have like little vices. Like my worst one is probably like video games, bro. I know, like I feel bad because I'm wasting so much time, but I love that shit. It's just mindless entertainment, but I be wasting hours on that shit.
Bro, I, know
I
what you
gave
mean.
that shit up like a few years ago. I didn't play 2K18 at all, and I haven't played Madden since like Madden 16 or 17. There was
Okay.
like a good year and a half where I didn't touch a controller or
Mine has
anything.
gotten
Like
pretty
I gave it up because
phenomenal since then, too.
once I get in, like I'll be like every day, like I'll start thinking about that shit. Like, oh man, I gotta get into that next game, fam, and then this, that. Like, I just become obsessed with the shit. So I probably should just like delete that game off of my PlayStation and just
Bro,
give
you
up
said,
video
I'm gonna
games
cut it
altogether.
off.
Because I did feel
Fuck
better
you,
when I
bro.
didn't play video games. I was like, man, it's just too much time in a day to spend 2-3 hours on a fucking video game.
Bro,
I mean, like, unless you're like Nubs and you get paid for that shit, nah, I'm good, fam, because that's just wasting a lot of my time, and I didn't do shit for that 2 hours.
Right.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not giving
but
up games, bro.
I know it's
That definitely
hard,
makes
bro.
sense.
Big
I'll find
shouts
it in
out to Nubs
moderation.
for legitimizing his addiction You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah,
He's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna figure out a way to get paid for it. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm raw as shit.
I mean,
So
I
let's
would
just
I would
set up
like
live
to,
stream.
but then it's an investment to get like a good setup and actually get set
True.
up
Very
streaming
true.
Comfortably.
and then to build an audience. So yeah, shout out to Nubs, man. Odd Squad Family Gamers on Facebook. Go check his page out. So
He be sniping cats.
yeah, man.
Bro.
And I
He
can't
be
play
sniping
no
cats.
scope.
I can't play the shooters.
Yeah.
I get motion sickness.
Oh, the first person, bro.
Yeah,
It's just like,
first person,
you
third
just
person.
watch
I can't
it
even
in
play
the barrel
GTA
do
for
this
too long,
30
man.
minutes.
That should be making me dizzy.
I can understand that. Honestly, I'm a fighting game cat.
Oh,
That's my
dude.
number one. I'll buy a game console just to have fighting games only on that thing. That's why I personally like PlayStation, because I feel like PlayStation has the most fighting games.
Yeah.
They cater to it for sure.
Yeah,
They cater to it, and then I think like everything that's cross compatible with a lot of fighting games goes to PlayStation and like
Right.
you know what I mean, or naturally
That's just kind of the community.
That's
of
the
it.
system a lot of tournaments are held on and shit too. That at least
Right.
I've seen.
I think it's just honestly because
And,
a lot
like,
of things
Xbox
that were
is really big
Nintendo
on
old
the
school
first-person
aren't here
shooter.
anymore. Like if we still had
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, like Super Nintendo X or some shit like that, bro, we'd be doing that right now.
Yeah.
You know we
100%.
would.
I got a
Sega Genesis
Switch.
came
I need
back.
to get Smash Bros. And we need to run a tournament.
Yo,
Bro,
We
I was
need
just
to,
playing that the other
stream
the,
that shit.
the Switch is running a course of like legendary. Like it's about to hit its second wind hard. Like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's about to be the peak thing to get. Like that's gonna be the dopest thing to get for like the next 2-3 years, low key. Like,
They got at least this window in between the next Xbox and PlayStation drop. But that's until next Christmas time, I believe.
Yeah,
Like they're
man.
not dropping until the very end of
because the
next
Switch
year.
is hard.
So
The Switch is crazy.
we'll
I don't
see.
own one, but that's probably gonna be my next.
It's
console
it's
to get.
very fucking dope. It's pretty crazy to like have that shit, and it's a good ass gaming system, and it's portable, so you can put it anywhere and take it on the road. You could just put it on as a little kickstand in the back. You can set that bitch up and just play with the tiny controllers. That's the only thing, because when you break off the joysticks, they're kind of
Yeah.
tiny, but they have full controllers that you could buy. I got a Mario one and a Pokemon one. But yeah,
Good
man.
choice. Those are foundational.
Yeah.
I mean, gang.
I was about.
gonna say,
now
cool
you can just
classics.
get aimless with the third one because
Oh,
you
yeah,
got some
Sonic.
good structure in the first two.
Yeah, but them little Joy-Cons is expensive though. They're like $16 for the
About
two
as
little
much as like a
sides.
new game.
So like yeah, like you know what normal controllers they got to be like what $30 for like a PlayStation controller or something
Nah,
like
bro,
that.
it's
$50.
It was 67 for the longest.
Okay,
if
so it's running
on
like
sale,
that then.
you know what
Okay.
I mean?
So that's the normal price for a controller, because I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because they're so small, I'm probably just like, man, what the fuck? But
He
you
said,
are
"You can't
adding a
make
whole
me
nother
believe
controller
this.
to the game, because the
Unless
more
it's
people,
an iPod,
Yeah.
I'm not paying for something this tiny.
yeah, the more people, the more fun it is, and that's how it is with Nintendo. You gotta have 4
They're
controllers.
group
I
gaming.
can't speak on
Yeah,
if
like
that's an
that's
Xbox
their
controller.
calling is group gaming.
Yeah, like
Smash
Mario Party. I
Bros,
got
the
Mario Party.
Parties, the
yeah.
Mario Karts.
I got Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I got the Pokemon Battle game. I don't got the Pokemon Let's Go.
Okay.
Bro, they got this Mario Make game right now where you can pretty much make your own old school Mario levels. Shit's fire. Shit's fire. Look into that.
That's
when you
crazy.
can. Yeah, bro. Like literally everything you played as a kid, you get to remake that and make it as hard as you want. Put it online, and somebody else goes up there and they play it and beat your score.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, they have very engaging games like that, and now they're getting big into open world. You know, they're not that bad out the gate.
True. Yeah, the open world's good.
Zelda's,
Yeah, I heard
Zelda's
that-
game,
I
Breath
heard
of
that
the
shit
Wild,
is,
I heard is
epic.
so good. I've seen like gameplay of it. A lot of my friends own it, and they were pretty excited about it when they first got it, and they stuck with it. You know what I mean? That was one of the stories that they were addicted to it until they ran through it. You know what I mean? Like, so I heard that was really well done.
I heard that Mario Odyssey is pretty good too.
Really.
Yeah, they said it was pretty epic.
That's
Mario
dope.
dropping games every week. Like motherfuckers.
Mario,
dropping mixtapes.
Mario's. I was about to say Mario's the Gucci Mane of the gaming world.
Him and his homies, bro. The So Icy crew.
For
Luigi
real.
got like 5 games out already.
Or you're
Yeah,
just
Luigi
making bad
be hitting.
features.
The
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion drop. Clubs go crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's very true.
Yeah, man. So you wanted to get into Crazy Paws this
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah, man. You know, just kind of understand it a little bit, because if you look back on a lot of interviews, you'll feel like I just over talk the shit out of them. You know what I mean? So I wanna understand a couple things. You know what I'm saying? Well, I understand it, but you know, for the public,
You're gonna open him up to the world.
Yeah.
Let him get his shine, because you always be talking over people.
Facts.
See?
100%. That's why I have to do a podcast with somebody like you.
Yeah. So
Because
I
you're
can just
impossible
let
to
you talk.
overtalk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
just
You
let
know,
him tell her that.
the unstoppable
as it
for
happens.
the
I'll
unstoppable
let him
force
go
meets
on
the
the rant.
immovable object.
Yeah, I'll let him go on the rant. He can do his thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So is this
But-
this is the first exclusive. This is exclusive. This is the first time we're really digging deep and we're really getting into this man's psyche, man. We're gonna find out who is crazy,
psyche, man.
why he's crazy, and multiple other things. So I mean, you're listening, so I was gonna say stick around, but there's no commercials or anything in this.
He was
I
really
mean,
gonna
unless
hype
you're
up the
watching this on
moment.
YouTube and there's an ad, that would be perfect timing.
So
Right.
blink with your ears open. You know what I mean? Make sure you listen well.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here with Crazy and intellect of New Age politics. Take it over, my man.
He said, "Take it over." Honestly, I just want to start simple. Crazy has such a assumed definition throughout culture already. When you hear the term crazy, I feel like no matter what corner you are in the United States, you have a general idea of what that is. So, I mean, was that on purpose? Did you choose the name Crazy because of the vagueness of crazy? Or,
Because a lot of
if
crazy,
not, what is, you know,
because a
what
lot
is
of the,
crazy to you?
the word crazy, a lot of it, I feel like, depends on the context too. Like that man went crazy, or that man went crazy.
Right. Absolutely. Exactly. And there's so many different ways you can adopt that word to create that jarring feeling in whatever dialogue you have, you know? So it's a very wake up word in, you know, natural conversation on all languages. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Is crazy. Did you choose it just because you wanted to mean all definitions? If not, what is crazy to you?
I mean, yeah, it's a little mix of wanting to, mix it in with all definitions, I guess. Just because when you think about it, naturally, the first things that came to mind when growing up is just crazy always meant something negative. Always meant something negative, and always something that was just like, like a no territory. Like, you got to stay away from crazy because that's just, X realm. You know what I mean? Whatever
Right.
it is. And I always wondered about why that was X realm. Like, why is a crazy person not something you would want to be around? Or why is, like, this being crazy, like, negative? And then there's certain weird scenarios, like movies, TV shows, whatever, as you think about it. And then, like, sometimes the crazy person says something that is the moral of the story. Or the crazy person says something
Right.
and that is the future. And nobody believes the crazy person in that sense. Or also the universal realm of, yo, that's crazy, or that shit was insane, all that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just, when thinking about everything and how I wanted to make an effect with music and then how to define myself, that was the best way to feel. And so I'm crazy because I feel crazy. I feel all that, like low key.
So how do you feel crazy? What makes you crazy, like inside of your head? Like I know I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
everybody
fucking
is.
crazy.
Everybody has
Yeah,
a level
like,
of insanity. And that's
Inside
honestly
of
what
my
it is.
head. But you
Right.
know, I try to keep it tame. But it comes out on the mic, that's what helps me get it.
He said,
I gotta
my
channel it.
Sociopath.
I gotta channel
Thanks.
it into some shit. So inside of your mind, what do you think that makes you crazy?
It's weird. I guess it would be like my creativity, but in the way that the pattern of how it goes. Like, my mind just doesn't go in a normal pattern. My mind will literally just be like jumping from subject to subject, and I'm correlating everything kind of constantly. So it's really weird on how, like, things just make sense, but I'm thinking of so many other things at the same time. So, like, it's like, how that's crazy enough. I don't know. how
Right.
to really define it.
So like your configuration of thought when going about something creative is just so sporadic, yet there's kind of organization to the chaos.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about food right now while we're talking,
Yeah.
but like there's really no point to me thinking of it, but I'm organizing in the sense of like we're organizing this conversation, I'm organizing my thought process, and I'm organizing my next few meals. So like it all makes sense somehow, but like I'm thinking of all things almost all times. So like I don't know how to really define it other than that. It's just weird to me in the way that my thought process goes so sporadically.
Right. So you would think that the way that the configuration of your thoughts, that's crazy. Like that would be considered as something that is insane.
Yeah, and then I mean you've seen it firsthand when like facial recognition, things like that. Like just there's certain traits that define that's just a crazy ass thing to have.
Yeah, he's kind of paranoid. A certain level of paranoia to George Davis.
You're paranoid about the government getting your information.
No, I don't wear no tin hat, sir.
I was about to say we got the
Yeah, I was
floor.
about to. We do. I mean, don't get it
We
twisted.
can break it out.
You know, you're among.
I'll be
You're
standing-
among the
Standing on these
fellowship.
plants real quick, checking them for microphones. No, man.
We already got most of this conversation on a microphone, so
Yeah,
you lost.
I guess I did that.
Yeah, you did. You opened
and all
yourself
of
up.
our information's out there. Nobody's safe.
Right. So with having that preemptive mind state, I feel like you can never really get a break. You know, because at times you're just so moving that can break any person down. You know, with that level of organization, like how do you unwind? How do you like unplug?
Honestly, there's two things that naturally knock me down from that. It's music, for sure. If I put music on, my thoughts naturally are just in a normal parallel, and then I can just like relax. I can just relax, focus maybe on lyrics, and like that's it. Or honestly, I could just ignore everything. I could just ignore everything, and the sound is the only thing I'm focusing on. What slows it down, honestly, right now for me, my cure for that is smoking. When I smoke, I can just, instead of thinking about so much, I can just start handling what that is.
Right. Things become linear.
Right.
So you just
Yeah.
knock this down, then you go to this, knock this down, you go to this.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
but it's
like
not a panic or
I'm a lot like that in that sense too. Like I think that's why I play video games, because if I'm focused on something, that's the only time that I could like
actually be on this.
be on the train of thought, because my mind goes in a million different places all the time. You know, if I'm not like, that's why I listen to a lot of podcasts every day, pretty much all
Right.
day. Like my YouTube clocked
I've been
in
getting
hours
in,
are
too.
ridiculous.
That's gotta
You
because
rubbed
I,
off on me. I've definitely started listening to a lot
I'm
of
listening to
podcasts.
shit all day, just taking in information. That way I could focus on something. Like that's why it's easy for me to like. Now I got in the habit of coming down and sitting down and writing and focusing on one thing, because I can listen to the music and know I focus on writing. But other than that, yeah, my mind goes a lot of different ways, and I feel like we're the same in that way. Do you ever feel like you could be one step away from being a super genius, but also one step away from being a serial murderer?
Sometimes.
Me too.
Sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
like low key.
That's my
If you're
kind of
asking that
crazy.
question
You know
to
what
the
I'm
room,
saying? Like,
You know how
Not that.
silent this room just got in contemplation of that? Because the guilt settled over. I'm ever going to put everybody being like, yes. Yes, you are correct.
I have been like that my entire life. Just
I
look
was
dead at
like
the camera
that before
slowly.
I walked in here and sat down. But like, yeah, 100%, man.
yeah. So, tell me about that.
I mean, kind of in that definition, man. There's certain things that make me like. I guess my organization's a part of it. Me being very particular is a part of it. In certain ways, I say that I'm very bougie because I'm very particular about things. I like things to be like very precise. I'm very information driven, so I have a lust for knowledge. So you could say. I just like to look things up, to know things, to figure things out, and whatever I can use this in the future, it's good to have it now.
Bro, you should see this man's plates at the house. I'd be making fun of him, but low key, I'm like, that's kind of hard. Like,
By what?
he's the only person at his own house that will come out with the rice in like the half ball on his plate, like the perfect
Damn.
circle, half ball, right? Maybe have some vegetables in the middle of this ball. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're doing it to sit down on a bare coffee table and watch anime in our living room. Like,
Grab
what
an
are you
ice
doing?
cream scooper.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for dessert, fam.
Bro, one of my goals is to have 5-star dinners at all times. Whether I have to cook them,
I can see how
myself or
you're
that.
bougie in that way.
See, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I just want
Right.
that. Bro.
He's starting now. And it's so funny, man. Like,
You got good taste.
I'll literally walk out of my room and smell swordfish. I'm like, this motherfucker.
I don't think I've ever had swordfish. Isn't he cooking it
really
in the
good.
crib? I was gonna say, this guy.
That's
I
exactly
think
the
he
reaction
come
this
over.
man wants right now. 100%.
This guy.
100%.
Come
Jeez.
over, bro. I'll cook you some swordfish.
All right, we eat swordfish. We gonna definitely update
good.
that with the podcast.
It's like the top steak of the sea. I feel like a
But
swordfish.
It's real good, bro. After I had that before having catfish, and I don't think I can ever do it, bro.
Damn,
I took one bite of catfish after that, and I was just like, nope.
not
Nope.
even.
Bro, I literally
What? For
fried
real?
catfish, bro. After having swordfish first, and like only having like salmon, tilapia, and then swordfish. You know what I mean? Like halibut, maybe deep fried cod,
Right.
and then catfish last. I'll take that shit and throw it back in the river. Like,
He said,
bro,
he said
it's just
fuck
not,
that.
it's cooked, fried, and it's going back where it began.
It's not for me, sir.
Yo, that's hella funny, man. I'll eat some catfish, man. Some well-made catfish. But I understand,
I
like
think
they,
that's what it is, though.
yeah.
Make it
Alright.
So you have exquisite
Not very
taste,
lean.
expensive taste. You
Yeah.
you like the good stuff in life. All right.
Did that come from an abundance of it? Has this something that has always been, or a lack of?
Definitely a lack of, man. I noticed that I had a very wasteful mentality. I would have $200 and be like, it would just be gone in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I would just notice my patterns. I would use all that up. I would eat everything real fast, drink everything real fast, and I just noticed, like, I'm very wasteful. And fuck that. So I decided to change that pattern, and I just started building habits around it.
He said, I didn't like that I could accurately say that sentence to myself.
Yeah, dude. Like, literally just saying
And
it to
just
yourself.
be the
and being
truth.
Like, you are very wasteful. Look at your room, bro. There's just, like, Gatorade bottles, green tea bottles, water bottles everywhere. And you're just sleep. Just sleep. Do something with your damn self. So I just changed my pattern,
and
bro.
that it starts with little shit like that, just cleaning up your room and shit like that. That's what I've been trying to do a lot lately too, is implement, making sure that I'm cleaning up shit. That way, it's always on my mind. And one of my homies told me this way back in the day, and it made sense. He's like, my dad told me, his dad told him, he was like, if you have a cluttered room, you have a cluttered mind. It's hard to think when you wake up and there's shit all around. It's like your mind's gonna have a lot of shit. It's gonna be cluttered, and it made sense because once you clean up your room, everything kind of seems like, all right, now what's the next, and you could move on. It feels free, feel better. Like, it's just, obviously it's better to be in a clean environment, but it's hard to do
That's
simple
very
shit like
true.
that too. Like, you
That's
gotta
very
find the
true.
motivation to pick the fucking Gatorade bottles up.
That's true.
So where do you find that motivation?
Man, honestly, just going back to that sentence, man. Just knowing, like, I don't want to call myself a wasteful person. I don't want to look back at my decisions and not feel satisfied of what the things I've done or what I've made or what I have. So I just, I'm working on everything to make sure that those patterns go away. So that way I can just be living the life that's comfortable for me and everyone around me.
Yeah, there was a lot of, when you were describing, like, your room, for example, right, with all the green tea bottles and the Gatorade bottles.
Yeah.
It was a self. You know what I mean? It was like you were standing next to yourself, saying that to you in that room. Was that something that you did often? Is that something that you do a lot, where if you're not giving adequate whatever in this category, does that nigga pop off his shoulder and be like, yo, what are you doing? And, like, that's the guy that gets you to be like, no. And, like, push or run or sleep or go or, give it up.
Yeah, definitely. I have definitely like a Bruce Banner yelling at me about a lot of decisions. And
So your Hulk is out. The Bruce Banner is yelling at you about your decisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you think about it, the Hulk is out, but Bruce Banner is the one that's organized.
Right. Damn, that's deep.
So,
That's true.
You know what I mean? I'm out here doing.
He's wearing green. You didn't even know I was going to ask him this conversation.
But yeah, man. That's honestly a part of the mentality that came with it. But when I started building habits, it was me focusing on that voice.
Yeah.
And just having a better conversation with it.
So when did that voice come? Like, what was your lowest to where you had to kick yourself and become the person that you are today and really like make that change?
I mean, it was a similar level of how I was describing. I mean, I just put it really lightly, but I was just being lazy about everything, man. I wasn't making the best choices. I wasn't working at a time, and I was just like, laundry was just all over my bed, bro. Like everything. The only thing you saw me doing right was putting headphones on and like making beats. Like literally, that was probably the only thing successful. Skipping school, all that, bro. And then I just, listened to the voice and it was just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, if you want these things out of life, you got to change at least these little things, because how are you going to have all this in a bigger house?
Right.
Like, you're just going to have more water bottles everywhere, bro. 5
Yeah.
rooms full of water
Right.
bottles. Like that's what you want?
Yeah.
Right. You want laundry
Absolutely.
everywhere
Let's
in
go
your
be-
backyard?
Yeah, but most people just be like, hey man, by the time I get that, I'm just gonna have some maids. Boy, having made.
So
what-
all these bottles. That's your first mission.
So what was your first step? Was what, cleaning up your room, or when did you start building the habits? What was the first habit that kicked this off?
My first habit was money, to be honest. Like, I had to start building my money habit, because I got my first job at Taco Bell, and then I was just spending everything that I had, man. And then I realized, like, all you really have is a bunch of hats, Chuck Taylors, and video games, bro. Like, that's all you really got. An Xbox, a PlayStation, and all that. Like, so I just kind of put it into a better focus of how am I going to necessarily make a better financial statement for myself, so that way I'm not, you know what I mean, like, fruitfully spending my money. And honestly, I just kept using the term, like, I'm broke until I'm rich. You know what I mean? I'm literally just broke until I'm rich.
Then you're always broke.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I'm not 1,000.
Because it's a mentality.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Right
exactly.
there,
Like,
just concreted. It's a mentality thing, so you're not gonna be rich.
Yeah.
you know,
Which is good. I mean, it keeps you to humble yourself, but at the same time, I feel like you should move the scale over
Yeah,
time.
but
don't
it-
say broke. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
because if you keep on living life on that terms, you're never really gonna be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know?
no, man,
True,
you
but
could
it
be
depends on what you change that.
you could be
definition
broken
of
balling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just not being
Frivolous.
frivolous with your money,
Yeah, 100%.
but not being frugal either. You know,
Right.
you could treat yourself, but you still gotta spend more than you save. You know, they say at least have 3 times more than what you pay for or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
At least have 3 times more than that in your bank account if you want to buy something. That's so good advice, because
Absolutely.
that's something I need to focus on too. That's probably a good first thing to work on is financial, because that's a lot of people's problem. Stems a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people look
100%.
down on that. Like, it's a crazy thing. Your financial status means everything,
Right.
pretty much. And
And there's just a lot of secrets about business, and there's a lot of secrets about money organization and the way money flows that is not in normal circulation among society. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of tips and like insider points that you learn once you start getting into money. You know what I mean? Like funneling LLCs, or you know, the aspect of keeping money moving. You know what I mean? Which is a phrase coined by Christian Pfeiffer. But you know, there's different ways. There's a reason why a lot of rich people don't pay taxes, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to, you know, legally pay minimum to no taxes. You know, I believe like Netflix on some crazy shit like paid like no taxes like in
It's
recent
like
years.
Amazon.
Or Amazon. I
Yeah,
think it was
they pay
Amazon.
0 in federal taxes.
How? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to sit there and do that year after year after year, how is Amazon just tax free? That's a lot of money that they could get from Amazon if they said you have to do it, right? But it's not about that.
But
It's
can a
about the
person
system.
that makes $30K a year avoid tax? Well, I mean, at that point, you probably won't. Pay
No,
much tax.
but there's a lot of things that you can do to mitigate that as much as possible. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times, taxes will go to collections, and collections are bidded after a while. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I heard don't pay those. Once it goes to collection, you might as well not pay them because they already paid off the debt, and now the collection agencies are just trying to get the money.
Right.
But it's already paid.
Or even if it's not even a collection.
Don't take me. I'm
and
not.
there's a program.
I'm not an advisor. People,
like,
do pay your taxes. Sorry.
yeah, no,
Go
100%. Like, 100% pay your taxes. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Hit me up. Like, I don't know how much I can get into this on the podcast, but there's different things to, like, financial freedom that, like, companies are doing, and it's legal, and it's just, like, the way the system is made that can allow you to circulate your money in a way better fashion. You know what I mean?
But like I'm talking
it's
about like a
simple.
normal person with a day job, they could just funnel their money through what?
No, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. Honestly, like, Tony Robbins is a big person who talks about ways to increase wealth within middle class and money utilization. Same thing with man, I can't think of his name right now. Who's the big financial dude right now? White cat.
Gary V.
Gary V is a big person who talks business.
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
I'm not
Man,
big
I
into
can't-
those financial.
Man, I
things.
can't think of it right now. Chris Hogan is underneath him. Can't think of his name right now.
It's all good. But I was just saying, man, money is the cause of a lot of stress, and like what
100%.
you're asking, is racism? What was the question? If there was no, or
so
There's more
would,
wealth.
Would culture be different? Like, in terms of, let's break it down on, like, initially, like, just a piece of culture, like food, for instance. If wealth was there for other cultures like it was for the white culture throughout history, then would that have changed, like, the culture of food? Because a lot of culture stems from necessity. You know what I mean? Like, of what was food. But there's certain moments in white history, for example, that has changed what white culture is. Like, the Victorian culture changed how white etiquette is viewed, how white, I feel, food is viewed, and there's certain renaissances within different countries that have also proven that to, like, make, you know, white culture what it is. But, like, would it have been different? You know what I mean? If
there was more, if
the
there
Latino
was,
culture, if the African culture, or the African American culture, let's be real, because it's completely separate from the African culture. But, you know, the African American culture had wealth within its foundation of building what their culture is, or what their, you know, stigmas of food, or the way they speak, or the way they dress, or whatever that was. Would that have been different had they had access to the wealth? You know what I mean?
yeah, I think it would be different. Everything would be different because everybody would be. I mean, we wouldn't be seen as less. That's what I got out of the question was like, maybe would racism still exist if we all started out with more money, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, not even so much on a hatred side of things, just so much on, like, just a culturally different side of things. Like, maybe,
How do you think it would be
linens
different?
would have been an African American thing just because, you know, that was just like a common thread instead of cotton. You know what I mean? Like, that's a completely different thing.
Oh yeah, so we'd be out here draped.
I mean,
Draped
cotton
and
linens, you know,
dripping and draped.
whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Silk. All right.
I don't know, man. Because if you, I think about it in the multiple representations that can come as. Because if you think about wealth, and then you think about like how we want to perceive the future, and like how future living, everybody would be wealthy, and everybody would be wealthy and super like on this whatever level. But
Right.
then you also know that there's people that within that wealth create an unhealthy lifestyle. So like it's hard to say like food would be different because I think it would just be like a reverse scale of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the seesaw would just do this
Yeah.
if we have more wealth, and then it would just be we would funnel into these decisions because we're used to this rather than it being backwards
Right.
for our societies, at least.
Yeah, 100%. Like if we had the freedom to engage in whatever food that we wanted, and we had the access to the nutrition just off tops, would fried food be the staple of African American culture? You know what I mean?
True.
Would that have been the go-to way of food preparation if we had access to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they say
A
that's
really
why,
good smoker.
that's
You
why
know
we
what I'm saying?
eat-
Like,
They say that's why we eat all the shit we do, because the white people used to just give us what was left. Now that we're eating, intestines and shit and pig's feet, because that's
That
all we
makes
had.
no
They just
sense.
gave us the scraps. That's what I heard. That's why that African American culture does eat shit like
Right.
that. I don't know, man.
gizzards and
Will we
chicken
Will we
hearts.
had deep fried food? Yes, it's fucking delicious.
It is very delicious.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm sure somebody with a deep fried food.
We would have just grilled more often.
I mean, maybe it's just in our fucking culture. Whether we
would
are
just
rich
grill
or
more
not.
often, but
Well, I don't
Like
know. Would we
Friday.
be more bougie or would we be like George? We'd be eating swordfish every night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
sometimes I'd be deep frying that swordfish, bro.
See, I guess you
Right.
can't
Come
avoid it.
correct.
It's just in your
See,
culture.
like, if
I
you
think your
just keep
culture
it
is just
right.
your culture. I think what changes is just. I mean, so are we talking about a society where everybody's wealthy? Because that just sounds like a utopia. There has to be different. There's a hierarchy to everything. There would be classism within that wealth. Like, okay,
That's
so
what I think.
Americans are
It'd just be
wealthy
poverty
compared to
backwards.
most of the fucking world. So
Yeah, I mean, like as a whole, in terms of
everybody
lifestyle.
already looks at us as a whole like, oh, they're all fucking wealthy, but I don't. That's a utopia. I don't think it would be possible to everybody's on the same level. Would that be like a socialist society where
Right.
they
That's
just
why people
divide
go
and
backwards.
nobody has more than anybody else?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be the only way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, classism's gonna exist.
Yeah, I feel
Right.
like classism
Or it
is
would just
always
be
going
like
to
a tribe
exist
thing,
unless
you know
it's
what I mean? And like-
socialism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the belief that Malcolm X had, where he had like everybody of that race goes to their origin continent?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking
not
about?
sure
Like,
what that was.
have you ever heard of like the ideology of like all black people going back to Africa?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
That
where
would
am I
also be
gonna
the
go?
only other, way that would go about it, is if they all remained within the confinements of their origin continent, I guess, or origin country, and just built wealth within themselves and traded within themselves.
I gotta send you some links to this Hotep Jesus guy. He was on Joe Rogan. He was talking about a lot of the Africans that became slaves were already here, and they did have wealth here and shit. I'll send you a link. It's
Really?
pretty interesting shit. And I was looking it up. They found the numbers to how many were transported from Africa to North America and survived the actual trip. I just can't forget the number, so I'm not gonna try to quote it. But this Hotep Jesus and Joe Rogan. It's a pretty good podcast, and he said some shit. So I was like, kind of thinking, like that was like,
Yeah.
he was like, we're already here and we had wealth. Like we're selling around the world. And then it kind of started going back into the ancient people having wealth and shit too. Like, so you gotta watch that. That was just a side note. I had to say that while
That
we were
does sound like a good
talking about
Yeah.
that.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of theory around within ancient civilizations, the races that are now being looked at as the ones that were oppressed are like that because, like, back within those times they were the ones on top. So the ones that kind of kept that knowledge were the ones that were like the ones that were on the bottom and like wanted to wipe the slate clean and start anew amongst it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
And even with like the native people that were here, the genocide that happened when the white man came, a lot of that was most of the people died because of sickness, like illness from smallpox and shit.
Right.
So the theory is kind of like it made it easier to go and conquer these tribes and capture them, make them slaves to go get more and more tribes. But they're saying black people were already here, and we were the native people.
Really?
Yeah.
So what about
That's-
Native Americans?
They're still here too.
Okay.
But
So it was us
technically
together?
like a tribe thing.
yeah,
I don't think. I mean, like at that point, you know, Africa's pretty damn far away. Not really connecting to.
so Africa was a huge thing in the ancient times. We were selling all over the world. There's like Snowman was saying on that one podcast, there was like Egyptian shit that's been found in the Grand Canyon. So like there's great civilizations in Africa, and then
I was
some
gonna say
shit
there's also white people in Africa. There's white Africans. So if that was just like a never thing, or
That's
that
also
just
because
a
of
recent-
conquest. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's also just because of conquest in years.
yeah, and colonization.
Yeah, exactly.
But was that the first person on a boat?
Yeah.
Nope. They
That was the
rewrote.
first person that was.
They
written to be
rewrote
on
the
boat.
story, bro. They rewrote the story.
Who's controlling that?
But we,
theory?
man, see, we already kind of got into that. We're not gonna get too deep into that right now. There's a lot of theories.
Are you a conspiracy theorist?
In a way, but not super huge, man. I think that there's a little thumb kind of behind a lot of things making stuff happen. But then at the same time, I think that thumb is very limited.
Limited how?
Like, you can't control everything limited. So, like, you can't control how all situations backlash, and you can't really
I
control.
don't think there's a conspiracy for literally everything. There's a lot of people that think everything is a conspiracy.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just believe, like, especially with a lot of the history that we've been told, I don't think history is exactly what we've been told it is. That's just my belief, because that's the main thing I think that people are hiding is the history.
I think
Because that would be the most important thing to keep us from knowing.
Yeah.
that and the cap on what we know now. Like,
Yeah.
the cap on discovery. Like, they keep saying we don't know this about our ocean, or we don't know this about space. And it's like, okay, but do you not know this, or are you just saying we
Yeah,
don't know?
you're not
so is that way
releasing
you
it
can
yet.
figure out how to preserve this information?
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is, but
Like, there's UFOs.
He dropped it out quick. He said
Yeah.
he couldn't
Bro.
wait to hold that in. He came into this pod.
Me
like,
and Matt
I can't
been
wait to
on it,
find out
fam.
a way
Bro.
to interject UFOs into this
Bizarre
bitch.
episode of the Joe Rogan podcast. Like
Really?
that shit's lit. Like, and like obviously you're just taking this guy's story and making what you're gonna make out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, his story, like he's been telling it for like over 30 years or something crazy, and his details like line up every time he's told his story, and then like there's things that the government tried to discredit him with, like they basically erased his records where he worked for at the lab that he worked at, the school he went to where he had a degree from, and
Yeah.
like they did an extensive like campaign to discredit him and make him seem crazy, and a lot of people thought he was crazy with the things he was saying, but then over time, you know, bits and pieces of some things come out and they validate some of the small
They
parts
dig
of
and
the
they're
story.
finding these layers.
So then it kind of
that he's
leads you
talking
to
about.
ask, like, well, you know, if these small little pieces of information that have come out in the future, you know, line up with your story, like maybe your story might be true. And, you know, supposedly he worked at Area S4, which is like 15 miles south of Area 51. And, like, he firsthand was hired to reverse engineer. He was part of a team to reverse engineer a flying saucer. And they were on the propulsion system. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that. But they had to reverse engineer how, because like this device, they called it the reactor, was capable of creating anti-gravity, which is a gravity wave just inverted 180 degrees. So like that's how it flies. It creates anti-gravity. It's creating its own gravitational field, and we didn't even know you could do that. And you know, to do
That's
that
crazy.
alone takes an enormous amount of power. So they were trying to take it apart and figure out how it works. And he has just a crazy amount of detail. Like that.
Yeah,
So it's really
his
worth it.
story is crazy, and there's
a
also a Netflix.
Yeah, the Netflix documentary.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
gotta watch
honestly,
that.
I think, is a better watch.
What is that called?
Bob
Lazar. It's
and-
like flying saucers.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Just look up Bob
Yeah,
Lazar
just look
on
up Bob
Netflix.
Lazar.
Bob Lazar. Okay, I got you.
It was pretty fucking wild. Just his
Yeah.
stories and the details that he got into. Man, and he said at least one of them, they said, was ancient. That was like found in an archaeological dig.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
And that makes complete sense. I mean, there have been
some of them were already
planets that
here.
have
At
been
least one of them.
here billions of years more than our planet. They've just had more time. You know what I mean? That's it. Like,
But what if it was us? Like, what if in the past we had these flying machines,
Possibly.
and we're just digging them up from the
I mean,
past?
I could think it could be both too.
Yeah.
He said there was 9 of them that he
Yeah,
was aware
9,
of.
and they're all different.
Yeah. So like
that's crazy.
and I find it hard
That's a
to
good
believe
point.
we'd be the only form of like intelligent life.
Oh,
in
yeah.
an infinitely expanding universe. Like there's
Right.
got to be more out there. And if you're capable of creating anti-gravity to travel mass distances, you'd have to wormhole, you'd have to compress space. I don't know how else you would travel millions of light years,
Yeah,
in a lifetime,
Right.
let alone go back.
and that's what he's saying too. They had to be bending time and space. They had some shit in there.
Yeah.
So, man, you guys got to check that out, because especially if you're into. They're hiding everything from us. Well, not everything. They're only
Very
telling
true.
us a quarter of the story, is what I believe.
Always.
man.
Yeah,
in
facts.
current history that's being written right now, and past history that's already they're trying to erase.
It's always about 75% left off the table.
Yeah, they just. It's all about control. There's been corruption in somebody's human nature, and somehow they became the bigger person and took over the world. Damn Europeans.
He said,
The ancient ones, you know
Right.
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
right.
The
No
conquerors, you know what I'm saying?
correlation. No correlation.
We know the people.
Not the ones now.
Yeah, we know the colonizers.
Man,
No
that's so
colonizers
crazy.
when we see them. That's mad funny.
They stole the knowledge. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into my rants anyway. I get too deep in that. That's what I'm passionate about.
You know what I'm passionate about?
What?
These Disney remakes that are coming out, bro.
You foxing with it?
The
I'm ready for
fire that has been coming out recently. If you don't like Aladdin, get out of here. Aladdin was good, bro.
Jeez, let him live, bro.
Okay, right.
If you don't like Aladdin, it's okay, bro. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to like everything that he
I was
likes.
not back
Okay,
up
it's
whatsoever.
fine.
So, never mind.
Yeah.
I was not back.
I was not backed up at all.
I enjoyed Aladdin though.
Yeah,
It was my
good.
cup of tea.
Beauty and the Beast was solid.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Beauty and
I've
the Beast
seen
super
it,
good.
maybe solid maybe. I gotta watch it again. I wasn't really paying attention.
Maleficent.
Yeah,
That was dope.
Maleficent was good.
I hope the second one's as dope. You see the?
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
looks
saying-
pretty good too, man.
I'm just saying.
I'm ready for the motherfucking Lion King,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes,
Lion
of
King,
course.
just set it
Lion
on.
King is gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Those sing-alongs. There's certain songs that if they don't do the whole goddamn song, I'll walk out the theater. All right. Just can't wait to be king. You better do that entire song.
Oh, I'm sure they're doing everything and adding some more. It's Beyonce and Childish Gambino.
Right.
They're gonna do their shit. They're gonna put their little remix thing. I'm excited. I gotta be in
Yeah,
line
it's
for
gonna
that
be a
for
lot of
sure.
fun.
You know the little Simba is doing his dance moves.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna try to figure out a way
Oh,
to make
yeah.
that lion move.
They're
the way
doing
he
that.
moves, bro.
Yep.
And
Right.
It's gonna be
Yep.
hilarious.
That is
100%.
gonna be hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
can
be
see
all
that
on his
too.
little shoulders, bro. Cause there's all awkward. That's how he moves, bro.
That's hilarious. And honestly, the best is yet to come. Is I heard you say it, but yo, when they do Mulan,
Oh, bro, they're already making this. That's just gonna be hard.
Bro, those are gonna be the ones.
That's
that
already
set-
in the
to
plans.
see, man, they
That's
better
gonna be
make
the
Genghis
best one.
Khan scary as
Yeah,
shit.
the Huns better be for real, for real.
I
Especially the
mean-
dude with the arrow, just one. He
You
better be
think they'll take
serious.
it to PG-13? You think it'll be on Maleficent?
I think
I have
they
a
should.
feeling that they
I think
will.
they should because it's war. The whole movie is centered around war. I definitely think you need to put it in at least a Winter Soldier range so we can
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah, of course there'll be no blood, but people will die.
People will die,
And you'll see it.
definitely. I mean, especially when they have to walk through that ravaged village. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, and they see that tree. Like That's crazy ass shit. Like that's some 300 shit.
It's the avalanche for me, bro. That's when it's gonna be serious. You're just gonna see piles of snow and then just body parts.
Yeah.
And then, like horses. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I
all
just
it
pray they
was.
bring Eddie Murphy back from Mushu.
I think they have to.
That'd be dope.
They have to.
think they
He's
have
still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
He'll be just as funny, if not funnier, as
Oh,
the
he'll definitely be
live
funny.
action dragon. Like putting on that head and talking to him, like that shit's gonna be fucking
that'll
crazy.
be a super dope CGI dragon, guaranteed.
Like he's the real MVP. When it gets to the bottom of Mulan, Mushu is the real MVP.
I gotta watch
Yeah,
that.
that's
Dude,
true.
I haven't seen it in so long.
And cricket.
It's good. It's a
And
good
cricket,
story.
yeah, the cricket
Cricket
was
was right there.
yeah.
Yes. And they're gonna
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
that weird, I guess, with the cricket. Like, they can
But
still,
see,
they
are
can
they
still
gonna
put it in,
get
I
kind of
guess.
crazy with it? Is the cricket gonna be?
Right? Like
The cricket
detail in
never
that.
talked though, but
He just
it,
made cricket noises.
yeah.
I mean, all you
Like,
have to do
but
is
with
carry
the-
around a lantern for like 30 technically 30 minutes, and they just film it and piece it all together.
Right. I
But
guess.
even the horse, you think the horse gonna have a mind of its own, kind of like?
I don't know, man.
It's
I
gonna
think
be-
It has the
feel-
potential. I mean, now we're watching Lion King.
Well, yeah, I
where there's
guess.
not
And
gonna
then
be a
like
human.
Aladdin was like it's like some crazy like a flying carpet type shit.
Right.
But well, yeah, we're gonna have talking animals and stuff. So
Right. And the
I'm
Little
excited.
Mermaid is black.
yeah. Oh, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
pretty crazy.
Halle Bailey. I know when I first seen it, I thought it was Halle Berry. I was like,
Yeah,
isn't
I thought,
she?
I've read that name and I thought it was a typo. Honestly.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's Halle Bailey. She's her and her sister are a duo singing group.
Okay.
They
Are they
pretty
twins?
big on the internet. I believe they are twins. Don't quote me. I know they're sisters because they look
Word.
alike. Well, but I mean they could be twins because they look alike. But I don't know. I won't say for sure because I'm not 100% sure. But I know
Word.
there's R&B and I know a lot of people were happy when they started posting clips of her singing it. There was like somebody that can actually sing. Like I didn't want to see somebody that was like just going through the motions
Trying.
basically and
Trying
having a
real hard.
backtrack of somebody else singing vocals. You
Right.
know, but a lot of people were like, "Why is she black?" But she's a fucking mermaid, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, if we're talking changing Mulan or Pocahontas or Brave, you know what I mean, and Merida, like, yeah, you can't change the race of the main character because the plot is kind of contingent on the culture and time period of that era. But, like, she's a fish.
Yeah, she's
She's a fish. Tell me the historical race of Atlantis. Oh, it's fucking made up. Enjoy the movie. You know what I mean? Like, just enjoy the film. Like, make her Puerto Rican next time. I don't care. Like, it's, just let's do it.
Yeah, I seen somebody tweet that was like, "It doesn't matter what race she is. At the end of the day, it's just a movie about a bitch that grew legs to get some dick and go."
Oh my God.
She just
Well,
wanted to sing on the beach. That's all she
you know,
really wanted.
yeah.
Dude,
She just
that's
wanted to sing it
hell-
right.
But I mean, in Ursula, right? She's already black in the movie. I always thought she was black. She's a big ass
I always thought she was
octopus.
black. I always
You
thought
never
she was
thought
black.
about that crazy?
No, I have, and that's just there's just so many things to actually be said about this.
So who should play Ursula? Yeah, okay, yeah. Deeper meanings. We see you.
It's just hilarious.
I mean, voice-wise, there's a lot of people that can play Ursula.
I think I saw an article talking about Melissa McCarthy possibly being.
Ursula?
Yeah.
I can see that. Her voice is extremely animated. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah, but I kind of would like somebody that could sing too, because doesn't Ursula sing?
Maybe in one song, I think when she's like,
I feel like
Her
pretty
playing-
much all
I
the
haven't seen
Disney
the Little
ones
Mermaid
are.
in a
Yeah, I have
long
to
time,
revisit
dude.
it.
That's the one that
I used to
I'll
love
have
Flounder
revisit.
though. That was my guy.
Yeah.
Flounder was a G. Once again, the real MVP.
I honestly, right now, can't picture anybody else singing in The Little Mermaid other than the Little Mermaid.
Lizzo
What?
as Ursula.
Oh, that'd be flame.
well, the little crab's definitely gonna be singing, bro.
Yeah.
Under the sea.
Oh, that's right. Under the
Damn.
fucking sea.
What Jamaican you think? What Marley brother you think they're gonna put?
Ah,
Damn.
Damien.
It's gonna be Kimani, bro. it's gonna be Cameron.
It's gonna be Anthony Anderson.
Under the sea.
It's gonna be Anderson Paak, bro.
Oh shit.
Even worse.
I don't want
They're just
that.
gonna put his smile on that fish.
That would be entertaining. That would be entertaining. Keep the smile, change the vocals 100%.
You don't fuck with Anderson?
I love Anderson, just not as a crab, not as a Jamaican crab.
I'm trying to think. Who would be a
I don't
good-
think it's his wheelhouse. I
What
think
about,
we have better candidates?
Michael Blackson?
That would be my whole life if we made Michael
Oh
Blackson.
no, I know who's gonna be.
Oh, what?
I know who the crab's gonna be. It's gonna be Kevin Hart.
Oh man.
Can Kevin Hart do a good Jamaican accent?
That doesn't even fucking matter.
I
I
was
think
gonna
it
say.
super matters.
It's either
That the
or
crab
something.
is
If they
like the
make that
comedic
crab not
relief, right?
Jamaican, I'm protesting.
But the crab is the comedic relief of the movie, right? That's his role, right? Pretty much. And from what I remember, so that's Kevin Hart right there.
I mean, Will Smith was just the genie. So I mean, shit.
If they want to have the biggest fucking movie ever, that'll get every person out to the theater. Shit.
I mean, that's the easy grab, but I don't know. I like Disney because they focus a lot on plot specifics. You know, they'll take a gamble on a new person that has like very big acting experience just because they fit that ambiance and like the mold of that character very well. And generally, for the most part, like Disney's castings are pretty fucking on point. Like that's one thing that I can say in all Disney's voice acting and live action. I'll never really walk away from a Disney film being like, that was casted stupid.
Well, yeah,
You know what I
with
mean?
with Aladdin, they couldn't get a new person to play Genie at all. Like it had to be somebody huge. It had to be Will Smith.
Right.
I feel like anybody else, that shit would not have worked. Like
Right.
it had to be somebody.
Yeah.
He said Martin Lawrence. You're like, that's close, but I'm still
Yeah.
really upset.
Almost there. Get his
Yeah.
partner.
Right. Bring his partner in.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I mean, all we do is kiss Disney ass on this podcast, but I'm just excited overall for the future of fucking Disney, man. Once Disney Plus come out, I ain't leaving the house.
I can't wait for that.
I ain't leaving the house.
Now
Okay,
that
I have
now
to
that
leave
they
the
own
house.
Fox, it's just a completely different game, bro.
Yeah, everything's just all different.
Like, Predator and Alien are Disney characters. That's just the littest sentence ever.
Okay, well, never reboot those again. I'm tired of fucking reboots. You know they're gonna come out with the
No.
Terminator. Did we already talk about that?
Oh, bro, yeah. They're
Yo,
doing,
the Terminator,
I saw
that looks really good.
I was gonna say this one actually just looks better than all of them.
But yeah,
But,
the
I mean,
last
still.
it's just overkill,
Yo,
man.
the
We already
last-
seen
the
too
last
much
two have
Terminators,
been
man.
really good.
But
I'll
I guess
be honest with you, man.
this one is supposed to be the sequel to the second one.
Yes. So they've wiped out
Everything
the
else.
whole,
Even
like,
the Fox
John Connor
series.
shit,
Yeah.
I think.
Trash. Bunch of trash. A bunch of fucking trash,
You're
bro.
so mad, bro.
Why
Oh, dude.
can nobody make any new movies? I just seen a tweet today that was like, the maker of The Mask is thinking about rebooting that with a female lead character. Get the fuck out of here and come up with the original ideas.
I was saying that, bro. I was literally making a joke about that 2 years ago.
They already
Well,
made
no,
a Mask
Jim
too that
Carrey
was trash.
wasn't the previous one. Jamie
Oh,
Kennedy
you're right, they did another one, huh?
Yeah, and it was
was
trash.
the previous one, and it. I mean, he knows it's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, even he knows it's trash.
He was Malibu's most wanted.
That's cool. He got his
Yeah, that was a
motherfucking
great
money.
film.
But does nobody have an original idea anymore? Whatever happened to people being creative? Or is it just like you're gonna bank off of this shit? Ooh,
Right.
This
That's
shit
what
was
it
big
is.
back in the day, so we're just gonna
Yeah.
remix the idea, play off nostalgia, and boom,
Well,
everybody's gonna come. We got money.
You can
It's
take
fucking
an
money
old
grab.
idea and
True.
try to make it better, or you can take a bigger gamble on a new idea that might not even be good in the first place.
Right.
So
You know, also too, I
Usually
think,
does go into like TV shows though, right?
Right.
The new ideas, like, because then they can.
and the challenging
they can
ideas.
keep trying to bring you back to it. All they gotta do is just keep giving you an hour.
I think TV shows are almost better. I've heard they're more profitable too. If you like get a hit TV series, you're making more money than you do on a hit movie.
You like a
That makes sense.
blockbuster? Yeah.
I could definitely see that. I think it's 5-6 seasons of hour-long episodes that get to play it an unlimited amount of times.
Plot wise,
On
I enjoy
Netflix or
series
Hulu or-
more. Like I like having the multiple episodes for like true like character and plot
I was
development.
about to say growing
I
with
feel
the
like
character.
some movies try to like cram too much
Yeah.
into like 2 hours. That
Like I feel Batman, that should be a series.
that'd
Like
be
that
cool.
would be if you could
Absolutely.
get more in depth with the Batman and
Like
really
which
get
one?
into who Batman is. I don't
Well,
care.
just start from like
Just
that,
restart
like,
from the
ground
scratch.
one.
Like,
Like, just
you could
from
start
ground
from-
one.
So do like a Gotham,
'Cause
but
if
when
it's-
he's Batman.
Yeah, like
yeah, and then just throw his enemies in there, but like sporadically. Enemies
That
and
would
heroes.
be-
like the
That's
whole
actually pretty
Batman
awesome.
Begins could have been one season of TV shows. That shit was just long and drawn out. The very first Batman on the
Yeah, I felt like it took
whoever that was his series,
Mm-hmm.
it took forever.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, but if that was broken down into episodes, that would have been more palatable. I would
Dave
watch that
Ramsey.
shit.
That was the motivational
Oh,
economic
wow.
person that I was
Call
trying to
back.
think of that Chris
There we
Hogan
go.
is going for. Yeah! The seed was planted and it grew. Dave Ramsey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could. But I'm just tired of fucking reboots. I seen that new Chucky.
Was it alright?
It was alright. It was funny, but I don't want to ruin it. No spoiler alerts, but
I think that's the new nuance that horror is taking. And like what I wanted to say was, I feel like genres will go through a revolution, one genre at a time throughout like culture and like history. You know what I mean? And like I feel like right now horror is taking a nuance and kind of having a revolution with the way it goes about it. There's a lot more humor that's implemented in horror films, which I feel like is incredibly smart because once you're walking through the haunted house and you know you're going to be scared, you can put yourself in the mind state and be scared for fun, but like you're not going to be really scared because you're expecting everything. Like you're in a haunted house, you know what I mean? Like
I agree with that, bro.
so like when you're watching a scary movie, all the emphasis is put on like the music and the build up and the camera angles and the way the color grade is on the screen, the character's facial expression. You know something crazy's about to fucking happen. Now we're seeing those moments delivered with none of those cues, and you just find yourself watching it and like 30 seconds into the scene you're like, what the fuck am I watching? You know what I mean? Like, oh my, like I feel like I haven't seen, like Midsummer hasn't dropped yet, but I feel like Midsummer's gonna be a film like that. There's gonna be very minimal cues. Another one like that is like The Strangers or like House of a Thousand Corpses, where it'll just like give you that scene. And also too, they're using humor. Like it was very funny, you know, and
I
you
didn't
just
see
said
that
Child's
one.
Play. Yeah, it was good.
But it was
you
just
laugh.
like over the top kills and shit. Like it was just something to laugh at. Like I haven't liked any horror films. I think the last one that I really enjoyed and thought was different was like Insidious when I first seen that.
Insidious was really good.
And
Yeah.
but the only thing in quote unquote horror films nowadays is jump scares, and I already know when it's gonna come. There's some like you were saying that'll catch you out of nowhere, but like with that Chucky shit, you kind of knew it was gonna happen. It was like cheesy, like, but they kind of made it that way, so it was
Did
cool.
you consider Us a horror film?
I do.
Or Get Out? Was that a horror film?
A thriller. I don't
Okay.
think horror, cause
He
feel
categorizes
like
it as
horror's-
a horror film.
yeah, I guess.
I would separate the two.
But I think
Get
he's-
Out would be more of a thriller, and then Us is more of a horror. Like when thinking about it, because Get Out, they're not really doing anything like fucked up, and you're not seeing that until
Yeah.
the very end when you're like, oh, there's another person in this body, and then that's like it. Other than that, you're literally just like it's conversation the
Right.
entire time, conversation, and then like conspiracy. But like with Us, bro, it's scissors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
they're
a
It's
whole
just
lot of
stabbing each
fucking
other.
frantic
and-
rabbits just running around.
Bro, people were getting chewed up by like boat engines.
That's pretty phenomenal.
You know what I'm saying?
If you haven't seen Us, watch it.
So, do you guys know the deeper meaning of that movie?
I mean,
I'm no. I'm
I
just
think
gonna say
it's really
no.
more of a reflection within yourself. Like, live your best life. You know what I mean?
That's what you got at it.
Yeah, I took it like, you got one shot,
Do not miss your chance to blow.
because
This
this
opportunity.
opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Armed spaghetti. I feel you.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, man, it's all about the two Americas, right? the haves and the have-nots.
That makes sense.
I was correlating it with like Stranger Things, putting it to the upside down, and like it's pretty much just that.
I
Without-
never watched Stranger Things.
Oh,
I got like
Wow.
3 episodes in, and then I gave up on it.
Oh, so good.
Bro, I was
I'm
gonna-
So
almost done with season 3.
I just started it today, bro.
Nice.
It's stressful.
I like it more than season 2 so far. And I mean, I'm pretty much done with it. I don't remember season 2 that well. But I remember not liking season 2 as much as season 1. But like season 3 had me hooked. Like I've really enjoyed it. I'm excited to go.
Season 1 was
They're-
lit.
Finish it.
They're getting good at their core, and they're getting better at it, which is what I like. Because my biggest thing with season 1 was character development. The character
Yeah.
development on these kids was like so significant, and then like the time frame that you were in, like each episode was pretty much like a full day. And most
Yeah.
episodes, when you're watching TV shows like this, it's like 3 to 7 days
Yeah.
go by in these episodes, and then like they're just getting better even with character development of the same people. Like episode 1, you're just automatically intrigued at watching the same people show up, and it's just like, why? Like technically I've been seeing you for 3 years, but why am I still like first time excited to see like you show back up on screen?
Right.
And they're really good at doing that,
Like that build back in.
like with
that
everybody,
build up.
bro. The
Yeah.
bully, everything.
Yeah, see, some shit like that and like Game of Thrones just sounds too good for me to get into. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I get obsessed with that shit, and then I'll be upset once the season ends, and then I'll be obsessing over when it's gonna drop.
He said, and then I get depressed.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
know what I'm saying?
and
Habit
then
of
I
building
bring
habit.
out the 3 tub of caramel, put it up to 30 seconds on the microwave. You know what I'm
Start
saying?
getting my honey buns
No,
and
you gotta
syrup.
put it on defrost.
Take your notes.
Or just
Ladies
put
and
it outside for a little bit
Take your notes.
during the day.
That's fine.
In Arizona, it worked.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess on that note, we can wrap this up. You got anything you want to say? Get off your chest. Is there anything else that we need to get into? Did we miss anything?
I think we did a nice, quick, deep dive on crazy, so I feel satisfied about that.
That's all you wanted. You just wanted to dive in on crazy pause.
Pause. Pause all of that.
Pause every time.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to get into that. I wanted to get into me taking accountable action
Oh,
on
yeah.
myself. So that 15 initially started it. All right? You saw the birth. I'm going to continue to do 15 every day, and I'm going to log it on the underscore, the A is 4 on Instagram.
This is what I'm gonna
To get
do.
it done.
Yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send out the charts. We're gonna have the monthly charts, and we're gonna start this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a 30-day challenge, so it doesn't matter when you start. You can't say, "Oh, motherfucker, it's the 5th right now." So you know what I'm saying? We gotta start
Right,
right
it's
to
not
the end of the
the
month.
calendar
You know
month
what I'm saying?
challenge.
It's
a 30-day
yeah, it's a 30-day challenge. So we're gonna keep it up. Matt, you haven't told us. We haven't gotten to Matt about his goals. How have you been doing on your keep up?
I haven't hit the gym as much as I'd like to, but the push-ups like have actually, even though I haven't done 15 every day, like it's been in the back of my mind, and you know I'm doing push-ups most days. Some days I'm not even counting. I'll just bust out 5 or 10 real quick, like while I'm rendering a video or just kind of in dead space time.
Yeah.
You know, like just why not like pump out a few more push-ups, but you know all my my work goals I've pretty much knocked out. I don't honestly remember my list off the top, but I know like merch. I wanted to get merch figured out for the gathering, and I know that's in process right now. I've done pretty much all I can do so far, so that's in motion. And I don't know, man. I gotta look at my list, reference it. But I know I'm doing shit every day. I feel good with the push-up challenge because like
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's like I just feel the difference. Like my core strength is starting to build up more, and I'm feeling just like excited to build upon that. You know, like I wanna add more push-ups and
Right.
push myself harder.
Well, you see the feeling, like your body naturally craves to be, you know, healthy, to have
Yeah.
that expansion, to have that. So no matter what fitness level that you're at, you know, you can take a hiatus away from it and go back into it. And yeah, once you start getting in the motion of it, yeah, it's extremely rewarding, and you feel that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
once you're done with the workout and you're doing like the other activities in your day, you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like.
feel that's an important thing. Is movement, getting your body moving. I feel like that's what causes a lot of problems. Being stagnant, that will cause your mental to clutter up, and just running and doing push-ups and shit, moving your body, like even just going for a walk, just move. Humans aren't meant to just sit down all day.
Right.
And if you're feeling down on yourself, going for a walk is a perfect thing. You can clear your mind. The more you walk, the more you can think. And like the shit that I've been doing, like with my running and push-ups, it has like with these last few rehearsals that we've been running, I just feel way better, and I could spit that shit better and just run around, and I have more energy. I feel like my back's straighter too.
Yeah.
I have better posture,
Yeah.
like especially when I was like rapping and shit. So I was like, and that even just seeing those results in just a couple weeks is just more motivation. Like, damn, I definitely got to keep this up. Imagine if I keep on doing this for the next 4 weeks. By the time I hit that fucking stage, it's gonna be completely different. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be the best shit I've ever did, and I won't be gassed because it's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
True, man. I be thinking about that and going to the gym, like, man, like how Wiz Khalifa has some of those crazy performances, but then you just see him like dripping sweat, like you know that nigga be sleeping like for 14 hours after that. You know he does. And so like I want to do that
True.
and literally just be able to like chill, like pool party, like
Yeah.
just perform like that, sweat minimum amount, and then just be back to my normal temperature in like 30 minutes to an hour. Not be gassed, nothing. Still be able to like hang out regularly. Like that shit would be crazy. Like do that and then have a business meeting
Right.
and not be sleepy.
And just be poised.
Yeah.
That's
Like weren't you
definitely
just at a
goals.
festival? Yeah.
That is goals.
Yeah.
Right. And to just rock it with full exhilaration, you know? Like, I want to go for longevity when it comes to my fitness and when it comes to my health goals. I don't have the goals to have my body look a certain way. I feel like once I'm becoming active, it's going to start looking the way that I want it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I enjoy lifting weights. I enjoy the idea of like pushing yourself and like fucking do it, and then just like surprising yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have
that
like
does feel
I don't
good.
have
I'm
a
just not in the
benchmark.
routine of doing it.
Yeah, it's just like I want to start seeing results, and then I'll kind of get into more like body mass index. You know what I'm saying? Fat percentage, body percentage, fat, whatever.
Yeah.
Calories.
Bro, can
Exactly.
But I just want to look better and feel better. Like
Count
I feel
your
like
carbs.
if anything, we should all just want to look better. It's okay to want to look
And
better.
feel better,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
And
Like,
feel better.
yeah.
Get your mental right.
Yeah. But honestly, there's a lot of ways that your body will show you that you're deficient, and it'll show you through your mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll be more frustrated. You'll be more aggravated or depressed or prone to swing either which way more. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a more emotionally extreme day if your body is lacking a certain level of nutrition.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So get your physical goals right. Get your professional goals right.
Right.
Get your mental goals right.
So yeah, start of the commitment, man.
Yeah.
So
we'll keep you guys updated.
hit the underscore A is the underscore the A is for. Underscore the A is for. I gotta, because I want to say hit the underscore the A is for.
Gotta get him a t-shirt.
Sounds
Right,
weird.
exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta get him a t-shirt. He'll never forget it.
No, I
Can't
got
say
it.
it
I
wrong.
got it.
Can't say it
I
wrong
got
when
it.
you
I'm just
wear it,
getting
bro.
tongue tied, bro. Underscore the A is for. You'll see the progress of that 30-day push-up challenge. Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be a different level of accountability. If I didn't think about telling y'all that I didn't do it, you could just see the video not upload that day and know that I didn't do it. To everybody that's watching it.
Yeah.
So,
We're
word.
gonna be clowning you.
Yes.
So, everybody, if you love the podcast, make sure you subscribe. You leave a review, right?
100.
And then you unsubscribe from the podcast.
To resubscribe.
Yeah, and then you resubscribe.
Yeah.
And leave another review.
Under that review and be like, wow, that review was very insightful and it had a great explanation, but dig deeper on how I feel it went.
Yeah. And then you could
Give you a
unsubscribe,
better
resubscribe,
representation of his
and
idea.
unsubscribe, and then resubscribe again. Do that on Apple Podcasts.
But, you know, if you want to go the simple route and just subscribe, you can also do that.
But I
There's
think
facets of fan what the A is for.
and if you are a real big fan, you should definitely unsubscribe and resubscribe and unsubscribe. You can't tell people not to do it, man. Even if you unsubscribe, you have to resubscribe. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
in the event of an unsubscription, like definitely.
But if
That's
you
the
are
natural.
gonna subscribe, make sure you leave a review. All this helps us get higher in the ranking, so more people see our podcast in the
Very
charts and
important.
stuff. So, this, if you love us, help us out. If we're helping you out, help us out.
If
And
you
we're
don't
definitely
love us, help us out.
coming with more goal oriented content, more real shit. We're gonna dig.
More vulnerability.
Yeah, more vulnerability.
More personability.
That's right.
And more huggability.
Right. You're gonna want to hug us
Yeah.
through your earphones.
Huggability.
Thugability. We love y'all. We'll see you next podcast. We'll talk to you next podcast also. Peace.
Stay healthy. Drink water.
Yep, that too.